Yo, what up, man? The boys are meandering about, and so we'll be going live soon with the show itself. But yeah, we got ads now. We're growing up. We are growing up. How you doing? Oh, please do. Greatly appreciate it. You know? Like I said, I always feel kind of weird about like promotion, you know, especially like, you know, if I'm playing Final Fantasy or whatever, just telling people, hey man, come scope us out. People get weird. If you're on Reddit, people get mad. They be like, oh, you're self-promoting. You can't self-promote. I'm like, well, who else is supposed to promote me?
How am I supposed to promote?
Yeah, can I promote? You know what I'm saying?
Can
Like,
I promote?
and especially when, like, I'll make a video, right? Like, it'll just be something, like, interesting or something helpful or something that people don't know. Like, here's how you change the banner in King of Fighters 15 in the background, you know, and you post it. And they'll be like, best self-promotion. I'm like, dude, I don't want a like. I don't want you to subscribe. I'm just trying to give you some information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you're banned from the channel. I'm like, okay.
I didn't want to be here anyway.
Yeah, man, like, you guys suck. I hate mods that overmod. Like, you know, it is what it is. Lime, how's your day? What you into?
Yeah, what up, Line? It's been a minute. I'm popping.
Yeah, you pop. You pop. Stop, block, and drop. Get out of my head. Get out of my skull.
No. I'm gonna curl up with blanket.
I'm taking the residence in here
Taking the
now.
residence, bro.
Oh, you're playing some Elden now. Oh yeah, you were playing that a while ago. So you're still at it. You are you enjoying it?
You get a thing in your water?
Was it an insect? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, get rid of that. You got the new PC. Really? What kind of graphics card you got in that motherfucker? Hey, you got a big one, the biggest one. Actually, it's nothing but a graphics card.
Oh.
Yeah, right. It's just a GPU. Just beat Margit. Grats. Yeah, I need to get back into Elden. I keep telling myself I'm going to do it. I think now would be almost a good time. Just need to wrap up Horizon and then, yeah, I should.
You know some new shit's gonna come out before you can get back to Elden.
I mean, but at this point, after paying all these vet bills and everything, I might not be buying anything for a little second, so it might be a good time to go ahead and just play. You got that 3080? Let's go. Beast modin'. Yeah. Oh, so that means you're playing Elden on PC, so we can't play together. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, it's a beast of a PC. You over here on that monstrosity? No. It's not cross-platform, unfortunately. So, I had that issue with a friend of mine. We were trying really hard to play together, and turned out that he was on PC, and I was on PS5, and so it didn't work out. But, you know, it is what it is. Are you? You've been streaming? You've been streaming it? Yeah, the PC version had a lot of issues when it first launched. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check out your stream. I'm gonna watch you die.
Lime stream.
Going live.
Yeah, nice. That's what you should call your show. Going lime.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hello.
Yo,
We exist.
what it do?
We are
Another
here.
week.
Yeah, there we go. I'm Scott.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Phil.
This week.
Don't look at me, man.
The brooding misadventures of Sadbert Patterson.
Accurate.
This week we're talking about the Batman.
Accurate.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay.
Justice.
Okay, let's go ahead and move past this because I want to say some things. I don't want to say no things. Scott, how was your week?
Hectic and long and a shit ton of work.
That grown man life.
We had to move our entire facility this week into a smaller facility, so we have way too much stuff. So I didn't really get to do too much this week. Started
break your back.
Hey,
yeah,
I gotta ask,
break my
man.
back instead
How
of
did,
break-
how did you guys fit those fucking tanks in a Penske truck?
We didn't.
Oh, okay.
We set them up and strapped them on a fucking lift gate.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then just slowly
Yeah.
drove down the.
Yeah.
How far did you have to go?
Not
far.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Like
good.
what, a block? Basically,
Oh,
maybe longer than
Yeah,
that.
Okay,
so not that
good.
much,
Yeah.
but still, I
So
was
no
the whole-
highway, no
The
internet.
whole time,
no,
like
no.
I was in the back of the box truck just watching. I was like, man, if this motherfucker falls on the road, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Oh
quitting
no.
today.
Yeah, well,
Like-
like okay, so if you get off Oxmoor, you know the Jim and Nick's that's right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if
Don't
you
tell
keep
them where I work.
yeah, really.
He's telling the world.
You got a point. You got a point there. It's
over
in
in
that
that
area.
area.
It's in that
It's in
area.
that region.
You went from one part of
that you
Oxmoor
don't
to
need
the
to
other. Is
know.
what I'm trying to say. You got a point. You got a point there.
Anyway.
Eat at Jim and Nick's, guys.
Anyway.
There's still a hamburger heaven over that way too.
There is a
Yeah.
hamburger heaven.
It's funny, man. Last time I went to Hamburger Heaven, and I swear, dude, like somehow they managed to. It was almost like Pittsburgh. Somehow they managed to burn the patty
Oh, yeah.
without burning it all the way completely through. So it was like
Oh.
They do that.
black
Yeah.
on the outside,
They
and
put
it
it in
tastes
a
like char.
5,000
Yeah.
degree oven.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, dude, and it looked weird. I was sitting here like, and then I ate it. You know.
you ate it anyway.
Yeah, you know.
Uh-huh.
You can't say shit to me eating
Shit.
gas station tuna.
Shit.
Ugh, gross.
It wasn't tuna. It was tuna salad.
Oh,
Okay, there's a difference. And these assholes put carrots and sweet pickles in it.
You brought it
And
from a gas
what's
station.
up with folks not putting mustard in their tuna salad,
You
dude?
bought it. You bought it from
No,
a gas
no, no,
station.
no, no. This is beyond gas station at this point. What is up with people not putting mustard in their tuna salad? Mustard, dude. Fuck a bunch of mayonnaise.
I
Mustard.
think that mayonnaise
Now let's
is
move on.
usually the-
Anyway.
Anyway, whatever, man. Gas station
Well,
tuna. I wanna show
the
this at gas
things
station
that
too.
I have been able to do. Started watching Love After World Domination. That's a good show.
Okay.
The Red Ranger. And
wait, Tommy?
like the evil.
Not Tommy,
No.
Jason?
Just this is the premise, you know, for the Red Ranger from a Super Sentai show, and the one of the generals from the evil organization start dating.
Oh.
So,
Of course they do.
So they have. So whenever they get into a
So
big fight,
Jason
they have
and
to.
Rita Repulsa.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, it's more like that Scorpion lady. Like,
yeah,
from like
yeah,
the
yeah.
later seasons.
Oh, yeah,
more,
yeah.
more like that.
Oh, my.
So, yeah. It's cute. You know, they get into big bombastic fight scenes, and then the two like go off and like find like a little area, and they like have little like bento box dinners and stuff. like,
I like
it's-
it. Sounds romantic.
yeah.
I like it.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Why does bento sound so much better than lunch?
It's just a regular word. That's a good show as well, by the way, bento. But
You cannot escape.
Naked bento.
hey, man.
You know? Should do naked lunch sometime.
Naked
dude.
lunch, yeah.
And then rewatched Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered, but overcautious.
Right.
That's really funny.
How many episodes of that are there?
13.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that one.
It's an isekai.
Yeah, it's called Overly Cautious Hero is Overly Cautious, right?
Yeah. Well, it's cautious. It's cautious hero. The hero is overpowered, but overcautious.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, okay.
it's a
I was like, love that show.
it's such a good show. It's so funny. Hey, Chankini, train me. The isekai protagonist is kind of a jerk. But the reasons he's a jerk is like by the end of the show you learn like why he is the way he is and
So
why
he's a
so
lovable
fucking
jerk.
cautious. Yeah, he's
He's just a joke.
he's kind of a jerk, but he's funny. And then beyond that, man, just Grand Blue.
Yeah.
Jamming on that as much as I could.
Have you found a main?
I think I have.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I
Because
have.
we're gonna play some
We're
Grand
gonna
Blue
play
tonight.
some tonight.
There's
Going
the new
down.
patch, so we kind of
Yeah.
have to, right?
Right.
I think I might have found my main.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah.
still kind of working that out because again, I didn't have a lot of time.
Mm.
Most
I have
been
a
playing
suggestion for you. Who have you been playing with? Who do you think?
The Callisto.
Callisto?
Which one's Callisto?
No, Cagliostro.
Yeah, Cagliostro.
Well, you gonna have to take her. You ain't ready for my
Really?
cag, boy.
I'm sure I ain't.
I'll shoot a cag on you real quick. I think you should really spend some time with Zeta.
I do like Zeta.
Yeah, but only because of your affinity for Noelle.
Yeah.
You know, because she's the Noelle of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Playing with On, his name is On, which is weird, is Anre, but they call him On. He is not. That dude kind of slow.
Yeah.
And whatever. We'll talk more about it. But I think Zeta will tickle your fancy.
Finished the first season of the anime, which I know you're apprehensive of, which I understand.
Is there only 2 seasons?
There's 2 seasons
For Grand Blue?
Yeah. There's 2
What's
seasons.
it called? Is it just called Grand Blue Fantasy?
Grand Blue Fantasy, the animation. Again, that was where I was just like, I don't know if I should watch this. Most of the time with something that it has the animation in it, it's usually, like you said, just a cash grab and it sucks.
Yeah.
You know, this is fucking solid.
Is
Okay.
it?
It's
Okay.
really good.
Right on.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
That's really all I need for the most part. As long as they
Yeah.
get the music right
But
as well.
I mean, the characters in the story is good. Too.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: is the art that we see in Grand Blue, aside from the 3D stuff, because obviously that's
Very
Arc
close.
System
I mean,
Works stuff. But does that represent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah. It's very close.
Would
to
you
what
say
you'd see
that
in the
those
game.
artists made the assets for the game, the 2D assets?
It wouldn't surprise me
Yeah.
because what is it? It's like what's the name of the company? It's like
Cygames?
Cygames.
Cygames.
Yeah, they
Uh-huh.
do the anime.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Okay, so they produce the anime
they
themselves.
produce the
Oh,
anime.
wow.
That's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Because as a gotcha game, you know, like they're just rolling in the dough, and so that's what kind of made me hesitant about the anime.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what Japan does. It's like, okay, here's a video game franchise, and we're gonna make an anime. Just make that
Just
bucks,
that
but
little
it has
extra.
nothing to do with anything, and he's
No.
usually kind of shitty.
No,
Look at
it's
Street Fighter. Look at
It's basically the same story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's good stuff.
Then I'm with it.
What about you guys?
Man, I haven't really been doing much except for trying to work on editing videos and doing all this stuff. Oh, so by the way, I'll go ahead and announce this here for anybody that's listening. At the end of the month, we should be launching the first episode of a show concept. We're going to do like a web series that's somewhere in the lines of like Pawn Stars or Comic Book Men, like that kind of show. You know, people bring stuff into the store. I'm going to be launching this with the local game store, Gamer Geeks.
Quit self-promoting, bro.
I know,
That
it's
is
so
just
bullshit.
self-promotion, bro.
I'm such a
For
bastard.
real, I'm gonna hit the mod button.
Yeah.
You're banned.
You're banned. Get that ass.
Fuck you,
banned.
Reddit. Fuck you, Reddit. Okay. But yeah, so I've been working on getting shots and all that stuff. Got a camera, started learning how to use it. So I've mostly been absorbed in that side of things. Haven't really had a chance to play any games
And
or
this
anything.
is with Gamer Geeks.
with Gamer Geeks, yeah.
Michael, we actually talked to him on our very first episode.
On our very first episode, absolutely, yeah.
So where will you be able to find said web series?
It will definitely be on YouTube. There's definitely going to be a YouTube channel.
Oh, they don't have one yet.
Not
Don't have
yet.
one set up?
Or at least I don't believe so. I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
But we're definitely releasing it on there. I'm trying to also get it released on other platforms. I'm going to look and see what other video platforms are actually worth doing. Vimeo happens to be one of them that I'm going like, okay. Plus, video also doesn't crush your video quality like YouTube does.
Yeah.
YouTube chews on it.
Yeah. Facts.
But yeah, it's a fun adventure. I'm getting into it. I've been slacking on finishing my demo Gorgon because I've been taking pictures and shit like that. Also, I've been watching Breaking Bad. I'm almost at the end of it. But that's an easy series to watch while I'm doing something else because I already know what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty much just my tune-out show. I still haven't had a chance to watch the 3rd episode of Kenobi, and apparently this episode is divisive. Yeah.
Well, it's Star Wars.
Well, sure, but I think that as far as the first 2 episodes, a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, this is really good," or they just hated it for being, whatever.
Star Wars.
Not what they want in their fucking head, because
Right.
that's the Star Wars
The
problem, right?
toxicity
Right.
of our city.
Right. Of Coruscant.
Wild.
But I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, I resisted buying all these games that are on sale because I know I'm not gonna play them.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Yeah. Although I am gonna get Street Fighter. I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I think the sale runs until the 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab that today. I mean, we could try some of that later too, if you want. But
Yeah, I'm with it.
Grand Blue's probably gonna take up our time.
I mean, I plan to play some Grand Blue.
Yep, it's
That's
on the docket.
It's on the docket.
Yeah, that's the only
I got a
thing on
post-it note right there.
BioShock.
No, I've bought BioShock over and over. I've played BioShock a lot, a lot of, especially like Infinite and BioShock 2.
I only played through Infinite once, but I really liked it.
I played through Infinite like
I
3
love the
times,
BioShock games. Those are probably my favorite shooters.
Does the modern version of Infinite have all the DLC on it?
I don't know. Probably.
Because
I would expect it.
yeah, because that arena mode is what I ended up playing a bunch of. You remember that first set of DLC where it was like challenges, all that kind of thing? That was fucking great. Yeah. Hard, but you know.
Yeah, the game is great. I don't know what happened to mine. I bought it
it's
physically
free on
at
Epic
first.
Games.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I really want to say that they had the trilogy free
on the PlayStation
months ago.
Yeah.
Or like probably a year.
Yeah, they had the
so
BioShock collection.
Uh-huh.
And so, but yeah, man, it's like, I don't know. I bought it physically, but all of a sudden my disc went missing, and I don't know where the fuck it went. So I think somebody stole my disc.
That's what happened to my
Probably
Ninja
like a
Gaiden
maintenance
2.
man.
Yeah, it's just I've had the case forever, and I'm like, where'd the disc
still have
go?
the case.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did somebody just take the disc?
Yeah.
I guess it looks less suspicious, right? You
Exactly.
don't notice it gone because the case
Right.
is
The
still
case
there.
is still there, so it's like, disc must be in the case.
Man.
It is not in the case. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I got to check Epic Games more often because I have an account on there. I was, logging in pretty regularly for a while there, playing a couple of things, but they always have a free game.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have anything but an account. You don't have to sign up for, a service or anything, so.
Yeah, well, she
It's
just
good
got
to
a new
check.
PC, so she's running on a 3080.
Oh,
Yeah.
jealous.
So yeah,
Ooh,
so
man.
flexing on BioShock,
Where'd
like Jesus.
Did you get a pre-built? Because that's what me and him were talking about. Pre-builts and everything. I don't know.
Yeah, where'd you get your PC?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, where'd you get it from? Corsair Vidget. Oh, you spent some money. Corsair ain't cheap, boy.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't cheap.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, well, grats to you, Lime. Grats to you. No, I understand completely, dude. It's been just a crazy week across the board.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dealing with issues with my cat, trying to get all that stabilized. Had him drained again. And so, they cost $1,000. And pulled out 122 milliliters of fluid out of the kitty, and so that was a lot. But we found this supplement that's called Rutin, Rutin, that is supposedly good for a thoracic rupture like that.
Okay.
And so I found this video of this guy, and they told him the same thing. They're like, your cat's got maybe a month to live, et cetera, and giving him options to try to like euthanize. And he started feeding his cat this supplement, and it reduces the amount of thoracic fluid that they actually produce, theoretically. And he said he was able to keep his cat alive for another 5 years. And so I'm like, let's give it a shot. So we've been doing that. So hopefully it works out. We'll see how it goes. Because, well, I don't want to lose my boy. I did watch a bit of Stranger Things season 4. It's slow going. Have to wait for my other half. And we get so little time as it stands, and these episodes are usually like an hour and 14 minutes long. And this is part 1 of the 4th season, right?
Oh.
So these 7 episodes are just the first half. And in the next month, we're going to get the second half, right? And
Okay.
yeah.
Is this a
and
finality thing or?
I don't know where. No, probably not, man. Because like Stranger Things makes so much money.
Yeah.
And people do. They love it. They eat it up. But this season they leaned very heavily into the horror direction, right?
Cool.
So it's really reminiscent of like Nightmare on Elm Street, of like Hellraiser.
Oh yeah.
It's dark and it is brutal, sir. It is brutal. Like the last season 3 was really kind of campy. They were in the mall and Starcourt, and all kind of stuff, and working in the ice cream shop. What I'm
I
saying?
liked it though.
I liked it too. It was good. It was like, but
It was very camp, but I
right,
still like it.
this is not.
Oh yeah.
This is not. This is just. I mean, that first episode is like, oh yeah, Stranger Things, and then the episode ends, and it's like, oh my god, this is strange.
So how many years has it been? Because I know that they all look visibly older.
Right.
Like it's just,
Right.
what,
I think it's only like maybe a year or 2 later. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to tell, man. That's kind of inconsistent because, the actors, of course, have aged significantly.
Yeah, because it's been or so.
Right,
Since
right.
the last season.
But this is like, Elle is in high school. They're all in high school.
Okay.
They're on break from high school. Of course, the Harrington.
Oh
is
yeah, the hair.
The hair. Like so he's just working in the video store and doing all that kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
But it's very, very good. So I highly recommend anybody who's a fan of Stranger Things watch that shit. It's but don't bring your kids. Leave your kids at home. Yeah, because it's pretty intense. Outside of that, man, it's been Grand Blue. Like,
there you go.
playing
Y'all
Grand Blue.
gonna fuck me up. I don't have any.
Well, I've just been trying to unlock weapons.
Hey, like I said, man, I've been mostly doing the RPG mode.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and like just periodically I'll jump into arcade just to fuck with some shit.
There's no reason to really play. I mean, you can play arcade if you want to just like fiddle around with characters,
Well,
but like,
exactly.
Like, there's just so much to unlock in that RPG mode, and you go through all these different stages, whatever, and then once you complete each list of trials, there's actually a hard mode as well. And hard mode, they're not fucking around.
No, they
and
ain't.
so like when you're
they ain't fucking around with the regular mode.
I mean,
man.
that's
I got
true.
my ass handed to me a couple times.
It gets brutal in there, man. It gets brutal, and so you go through, and I played through that whole thing when the game first launched 2 years ago. It was kind of weird to think about it that way, but it's been 2 years. And loved it, but they've added so much. So with every character that they add new episodes to the RPG mode as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, all of a sudden you have like and it took forever for me to get to UL. I finally unlocked UL. But they have their own little chapters and interactions with all the different characters and stuff, and so it's really, really cool in there, man. But it's long and it's difficult. Some of those fights, like I really think you can kind of like face roll through most of it, but once you start getting to some of the later boss fights, they get real, man. And some of them have like insta kill mechanics, and so you fuck around and then you're just dead.
Is that a mechanic in the regular game?
No,
like,
not
there's
at all.
Okay.
Not at all. These
no
are just
instant
like
deaths I don't know about.
Right. No.
Okay, I'm just
these
making
are
sure.
Usually larger than life bosses.
Because really?
Because they have like huge bosses that you'll have to face. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
you have
not within the roster at all.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's
like,
so cool.
Like if you play as Gran or Jita, like during one of their Skybound arts, they'll have this like dragon that's all like chained up, and then it'll break free and do an attack. Bahamut. Yeah, and so. Right, and so
well, it's funny, because watching the anime, I'm just like, man, this is just old school Final Fantasy.
Right, yeah.
Right,
because that's what Grand Blue is like the most basic fantasy. And honestly, a lot of the story that's happening in that RPG is straight out of 14. You know what I'm saying? Like Beelzebub is basically Xenos. Belial is basically Fandaniel. When you see these things, if you played 14, you're like, oh, I see what you're getting at. And their whole intention is very Asian. And so it's really kind of cool. But I've just been trying to unlock weapons, and I still haven't gotten anything for UL. I've got a lot of the colors, but it's a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot in there. And so I definitely suggest you check out the RPG mode. But that's why I was asking if you were going to play it seriously, because when Existence hit, when that song came on, I was fighting Beelzebub, and I'm like, what is this?
That song's
like,
hot.
yeah, man, I didn't want to ruin anything because that got me, dude.
No.
Like I paused the game and I just obsessed over that song for about 2 hours.
Nice.
I was sitting there just like looking up lyrics and shit, and I'm just like, dude, this is so hot. But yeah, so Grand Blue. Yeah, taking us into our first bit of news.
News Jutsu.
There is new content for Grand Blue. They recently announced that they're going to do another season because this was supposedly over and done. Grand Blue did not take off the way that it was supposed to because of timing, because of the pandemic and everything, and so that fucked things up. But here lately, Grand Blue is on the rise. People are playing it again. So they recently released patch 2.80, adding 3 new mechanics. Now, this did not turn out to be 3 new mechanics per player or per character. What it is that they've added 3 mechanics to the overall systems.
Yeah.
And so if you press, what is it? It's going to be your, I guess, C and D. You press those two buttons. That usually does a universal overhead.
Okay.
All right, but now if you press forward in that, you can do your character will flash blue. Takes 50% of your heat gauge or your whatever your
Overdrive.
super
Your
meter,
mana.
overdrive. Yeah, your mana.
Your mana.
And you can do a quick dash forward.
Yep.
So for characters like
Oh.
Vasaraga, for characters like
Yeah,
Ladiva,
Like
for character-
Ladiva.
Bruh,
I kept telling you I didn't
it's
know how
a
to get in there,
problem.
right?
It's a problem.
I'll spend my meter on getting in there.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. It's like more things to do with your meter.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they have an equivalent backdash.
Okay.
So you can use 50% for that. And then they also have an overdrive. So, I mean, you hit, I think it's L2, R2, boom, same time. And then you'll go into an overdrive, which basically gives you a burst.
Okay.
So you got to
Yeah.
get off me. And then while that meter is counting down, you do increased damage, you do block damage, chip damage. And
I wonder if you can
take
assign that to a
less
single
damage.
button.
I have not seen a way to do that.
Okay.
You know, and
Yeah.
so no, I still have to press two buttons. But you can also, super out of it, so you still have access to your Skybound art or your Super Skybound, which is kind of lit. And it only really decreases if you get hit. So that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you can sit there and just have a buff, man. So it's really, really cool. One thing that I wasn't aware of that they added as well is they increased everyone's foot speed. So everyone's
Oh.
walk speed. This was always my biggest complaint with Grand Blue.
Is that they
that
kind of just
they-
creep
they,
over.
They
don't
creep,
they?
boy. That walk speed is abysmally slow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so unless you're playing a character that is very speed focused, it takes forever, man, and it
Yeah.
just feels sluggish. It feels like it's a dead zone issue almost.
Yeah.
Going
But-
from the other shit we've been playing, it is
Yeah.
rough, especially without having a universal air dash and
Exactly,
everything. I feel like-
exactly. And so they've increased everyone's walk speed except for Fairy and God, it was Meteora?
Meteora.
What's her name? The girl, Matera. Her name is Matera.
Okay.
Yeah, the girl with the bow.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and so this is basically a way to passively nerf them. Because now like they can't just keep you at range
yeah.
because you have multiple tools to actually get in on them. And so it's really kind of slick what
Cool.
they did there.
Cool.
Yeah, and
they
so-
buffed in everybody instead of decreasing the two of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's smart.
And it makes the game just feel better. And
Yeah.
so they've also announced that they're doing a second season of characters now. So we should have 5 to 6 new characters.
Give me
Have you
rack 'em.
seen?
Give me rack 'em.
I was
You
about
want
to
rack 'em?
say.
I want rack 'em.
So you've seen a couple of characters in the series that you'd
That
want
aren't-
potentially?
Yeah. Fuck. Who's the little magical girl?
Of course.
What? She's cute.
Yeah.
And like in the show, she's got some OP fucking things that
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, that'd be hot to do in a fucking show. What's her name? Like Rackham is really cool. He's
Yeah.
like a gun dude.
Okay.
Rackham always
Rackham.
hanging out with Catalina, man. That's kind of wild.
Catalina's.
Are you talking about
Yeah.
not Eliza? It's
Not
what's her
Eliza.
name?
Because
What's her name?
I guess
Always-
you've seen these characters in the RPG mode
It's
already.
EO.
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 Oh, I
want
thought
EO.
you were talking about Vicala.
No.
But it's EO.
I want
Okay.
EO.
That's what's up. Well, they did a poll, and they were like polling people in Oceania, in Japan, in North America, and in Europe, and asking them the top 10 characters that they wanted to see.
Yeah.
Right. And so like almost everybody, number one is Sandalphon. Matter of fact, everyone across the board. And so that's the number
In
one
every
character.
region.
In every region, that's what
That's
they want to
great.
see. Beatrix is up there.
Beatrix.
Seophon. Now Seophon actually shows up in the RPG mode.
Yeah.
And so you end up seeing him. He shows up really late, but you'll see him. Of course, they're going to add Lucilius. They have to add Lucilius. They may also add Lucifer, so we'll see. But it's just exciting to see that Grand Blue, they due to that timing, they almost went belly up. They almost tanked.
Yeah. Seriously.
And due to the miracle of modern fighting games and the way that we consume content, they get a second chance. And I think that that's good for all of us because Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is a gem.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is. It's my favorite thing right now.
It is. It
Yeah,
is taking over my life.
I hate,
It's phenomenal.
I hate to say that I slept on it, because I did, but at the same time, buying it as it is right now as a full package is a way better deal than trying to get it all parsed out in individual characters. You know, because there's no other way to like buy a season pack. It's all just
they have
each
two.
characters.
They have 2 season passes.
They do?
Yeah, but they're expensive. They're like $30 a piece.
Yeah, plus the game itself.
Plus
So we were looking at a $120 game
already. And we got it all for $40.
Baseline.
Yeah, so that is very, very, very well worth mentioning. It is on sale
right now
on the Sony State of Play.
Days of Play.
Days of Play.
I did that last week.
Right?
Not yet. We're getting
you only have days. You have a few days, but $40 and you have everything.
Yeah.
And it is wonderful.
Yeah, well, almost everything.
Game.
It is magnificent.
Yeah, because I do think that there's some other DLC stuff.
Well, there is, and I bought it all. There are 2 stages and a couple of costumes, but a lot of the things that you can buy.
Stages if you pick them?
We should be able to, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then you pick them.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll show you. I mean, they're kind of cool.
Okay.
But there are also color packs. But a lot of those color packs you can unlock through playing RPG mode, right?
Gotcha,
But you have to unlock the
gotcha.
character first, et cetera, et cetera. So don't go willy-nilly just buying shit, you know, because most of it is unlockable within the game.
Yeah.
But they don't mind charging for it if you'll
I mean,
pay.
dude, if you don't want to work for your shit, go take some money.
I mean, it came from a gacha game, so
Right.
Gotcha.
That's how they got you right
how
there.
they
That's
got
exactly how they got
new patch. That's tonight.
you.
That's coming
That
out.
shit's already out.
Already
No,
out.
that came out like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came
but
out
we're
the
gonna play it
3rd.
tonight.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking
I
of-
am very excited about that.
And speaking of new patches, we
Yeah.
got patches all over the place.
Patches on
Hopefully
patches
it's
on
not
patches.
Patches the hyena. He's a dick. There's a new patch for Power Rangers Battlefield the Grid, which this is another one that I slept on.
Right.
So one of these days I'm gonna get it. Do they
gonna
have
love it.
Do they have a complete mode?
Do you mean like a bundle that you
Yeah,
buy?
yeah, that has everything.
I'm not, well, they might because
'Cause
they're
you have
still
Battle for the
releasing.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I only have the base game.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're still releasing characters. They released a character like maybe 2 months ago,
Okay,
and I don't know if you can buy it all in one purchase. Maybe it goes on sale all of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the DLC will go on sale as well.
Because I've been
so.
checking it, man. I've also heard a
Get
lot
the
of people relate the style to Tatsunoko, like the way that kind of the simplified inputs work and the way that
Yeah, it's very TVC.
Yeah.
I guess that is smarter because really the game feels like Marvel.
Yeah.
It feels more like Marvel 2 than Marvel 3, but still, yeah, you can make that come. I can't even talk. I'm so hungry. I went to get my food on the way here, and the line was too fucking long.
It was too long.
But that comparison. I'll get there eventually. But it is. I mean, it's a great game. It's a really good fighter. It's just that when it launched, it was a little bare bones.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people looked at it. They're like, okay, well, only a few characters. Same thing with Grand Blue.
Are
They're
the
like,
Zords in it?
yes, they are
Yes.
basically like overpowered assists.
Cool.
So you call them in
That's
and
what I'm
they'll do
talking
like,
about.
Yeah, like a giant tail will just come out of nowhere. And
So
slap the
it's
whole
kind of
screen.
like Gene from Marvel vs. Capcom
Yes.
2, where that fist
Yeah,
comes
the
in and
Bloody
just
I always love that. Bloody
yeah, man.
Yeah. Dude. Jinso Tome.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Hey, man, we're
go.
gonna be able to play Cyberbot soon.
Facts.
Woo.
Facts. Oh man, we
Yeah.
got things. Okay, so let's just keep this kicking.
Right. Bunch of things.
Because this is also a big deal.
Lab Code Android 21 came out
Got
and
that
got
ass
banned.
Got banned.
This is the
boy.
newest character.
Yeah, right. Well, they weren't supposed to release anybody else for Dragon Ball Fighters,
Yeah.
and they were like, okay, well, we're going to support the game. Here's a new character,
Here's some
Lab Code
broke
21.
shit.
And well, every character that they add is like that. They did it with Ultra Instinct Goku the same way. All of a sudden, that's the only viable character,
Oh
right?
my
And so,
God.
but usually, like people are like, okay, figure out the meta, figure out how to get around it, and that's fine. It was too much.
Yeah.
You know, she has like debuffs that can last like the entire match, and it's just like, wait, what? And so they have banned her from CEO, which they're expecting, which is a giant fighting game tournament, but they're expecting her to be banned from Evo as well. Yeah, they said that they were going to release, Namco Bandai said that they were going to release an emergency patch to balance her.
Emergency patch.
Right, because she's broken the meta. They said that in pools, there were like 48 players, and each one of them had 21 on her. on
Of
their team.
course.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the top 8, 7 out of the 8 teams had Lab Coat 21. And they're just like, you know, because you have to play her if you want to win.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, they're like, nah. But, I mean, we haven't seen anybody get hit with a ban hammer like this in in a long time.
And this was quick though, dude.
Yeah.
She's been out for like a month.
Oh no! She's been out for like maybe 2 or 3 months. 3
Okay,
months,
not long though. Not
Yeah,
that
no,
long.
Not that long.
long enough to know that she's bullshit. You know.
To learn her.
Oh
man.
So yeah, that's the thing.
That's good. More patches. What's
What's
happening in the new patch?
Oh,
the
yeah.
6.15.
I forgot that I
patch.
put that on there.
Yeah.
6.15 goes live on Tuesday, and
Okay,
so they're
okay.
going to be adding the new tribal quest. They used to call them beast tribes, and so you do these quest lines for some of the like animal people.
The
in
beastmen.
in the realm, yeah.
Yeah.
But these people, it's the Arcasadara, and they don't like
Oh.
people calling them beasts.
Oh.
But they're half elephant. Actually, they're all elephant. They just walk upright. Yeah, they're very intelligent. They're great
That's
people.
awesome.
Yeah,
I've
they're
never seen these
awesome.
elephant folks.
Oh yeah, they live in Thavner, man. So it's like super bright and colorful and just awesome.
That sounds
But
great.
you can do daily quests for them to help you get from levels 80 to 90.
Okay.
Of course, there will be a mount associated with that, some housing items as well. So
More
that's-
shit to get.
More shit to get. Emiliance is Alphino and Alice's mother. I guess we're well beyond spoiler point for Endwalker. If you ain't finished it yet,
Is
then
one of them named Babar?
no.
Then they've missed an opportunity.
Okay, we're just gonna move right on past that. And so you're gonna get custom deliveries for her. There's also Tataru's Grand Endeavors, so she's starting up her own little business, which is gonna be interesting. She's gonna go for world domination because Tataru is just that motherfucker. And I think she's gonna end up going head to head with Roana because we all know Roana runs shit. Roana won't want people stepping up in her territory, so we're gonna see what happens. Make It Rain campaign is going on right now. They're doing the Greater Rift of Omega. Omega's getting another side story, which is fucking awesome because Omega's an amazing character. So just a lot of new content for Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, that sounds like a bunch.
coming up.
Yeah, man.
Just around the corner. So get your weeklies done because we're gonna have maintenance coming up real soon.
Happy for you guys.
Yeah.
Got
You know,
a lot coming up.
I miss you, Scoot.
So monthly games of June.
Oh, I was never there.
You were there.
I was
you
there
were,
for
you
like
were,
a week.
Yeah, right. And that was great. You know, you were there, man.
Stepping out of folks' way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Like a
Hanging out in
good-
Gridania
like-
and
yeah.
just being like, "Oh, I'm in the way. Let me back up."
My bad.
Man, I jump
sorry,
up.
guys.
I'm the guy that jumps on the counter to talk to somebody. Like I don't give a
I don't know,
fuck
I
at all.
was getting like serious social anxiety in a video game.
That's
It's never
very-
happened to
that's
me
so
before,
funny to
and I
me.
was like, what the fuck?
I'm glad you never made it to Limsa.
Shit.
Jeez, man.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
People everywhere.
Everywhere
You should
doing
go
weird
try
shit.
VR chat, Scott.
Oh wow!
It'll
Oh,
fucking
man.
flip you
Get
out.
molested immediately.
Like, oh,
No, thank
no. Because he's gonna pick a magical girl.
You know it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, man.
So anyway, we got Dad of War free this month.
Boy.
Yeah. Boy.
You know, and if you haven't
He
played
hits it,
God of
man.
War by this point, man, shame on you.
Yeah.
You know, it's on
Aw.
PC. Oh, baby girl, Lime,
Yeah.
you need to get God of War.
Huh?
That would.
Oh, have you never played God of
you,
War?
Have you played it? I'm sure you've played it.
I don't know.
But regardless, seeing that on
He
a
didn't though. He went,
seeing that
He
on a
went,
3080, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Cranked.
dude.
Yes. Oh, you never.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well,
Lime.
I think yeah, and this one's the one to get if you haven't
Yes.
played the old ones too. Because I mean, look, I love the old games, but they are
Uh-huh.
a completely different beast than
Yes.
this new
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. Dad of War.
Yeah, I think that you'll absolutely love it.
Uh-huh.
And
His
it was one of
beard is
those games-
immaculate.
It's one of those games that's hard to stop playing because there's
Yeah.
never a stopping point.
Uh-huh.
You know, like once you start, it just rolls.
You're
you
right.
know?
You're right. I think in games like that, I always think about it like, who have I not killed yet?
Right.
Because once I've killed everybody, I kind of don't care. And I
Well,
did
did
everything except for the final Valkyrie.
Okay, I was about to say, did you kill all the Valkyries?
I couldn't beat the last one.
Yeah, man, because this is Greater Fiend Alma
Yeah,
territory.
exactly.
Man. This shit is like,
Dude, that is a perfect. That's it.
Yeah.
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 Throwing pillars at you. and
Right,
shit.
dude. Like
Fuck
those
that.
fights are
Ugh.
brutal. You know, just the first time
Greater
you see
Fiend
Baldur.
Alma.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
Hey, play the game,
Yeah,
Lime.
just play
Trust.
the game. Plus,
Um,
plus the voice acting is just
Yes.
top tier. Because who's the guy that plays Baldur? It's Jeremy Davies. That's his name. That guy that's always the crazy person in
Yes.
the movie.
Yes,
like he's
yeah, and-
nutso all the time.
And
he's
he is
perfect.
nut.
He's nut.
He's nut.
That's right.
So yeah, we got
But we're
Shinobi
all-
Striker.
Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. I mean, we should
Shinobi
check
Striker
it
is a
out.
fighter?
It is. It's more like an arena style fighter.
Oh, okay.
You
I
know,
gotcha.
it's a team-based arena style fighter, so I think it's 5v5.
But these are games we could play with each other.
Oh,
so
totally.
That's cool.
Yeah. Totally.
I really
And-
think we should spend some time with this and either crack on
I'm-
it or love it. You know what I'm saying?
with that. I'm with that life. You know, All Stars Brawl.
Yeah.
It needs to come out for free right now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
once Multiverses comes out,
Nobody's gonna give a
that
shit
game's gonna
about
die.
Mm-mm.
It's gonna die, and that's I hate to say unfortunate, but Multiverses look lit. So I'm like, whatever, Nick.
Yeah,
you had
really.
an opportunity and they missed it, man. You don't give everybody voices. Had they had the proper voices when that came out, it would have done way better.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh. Have
Yeah.
they
Or
tried
the
to
music or
patch
anything.
that in? Or is that no?
No.
They don't have any more money.
If it happens, right? You know, the team was
we
already
spent
broke.
everything.
Yeah, man, and especially with Multiverses on the horizon, nobody's
Yeah.
checking for All Star Brawl, unfortunately. But
Well.
it is what it is.
You know,
Yep.
maybe we
Pick
can
up some
check
free
that out.
games. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get at it.
Okay, so this is a bunch of shit.
State of play.
Sneaky surprise attack.
Yeah.
Like the state of play happened
It's on Thursday.
on Thursday. Yeah, it was day before yesterday. Okay, and they immediately started hitting us with a banger, dude. Okay, we should go through the list. Let me think of it. So right now, the first thing that it did, it was the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yes.
Which Resident Evil 4 remake looks like they're trying to bring it into the same visual style as Village.
Well,
like
that's
it looks,
what they're using, that RE engine,
Right.
RE
Yeah.
engine 8, and they're using that for almost everything. They're using it for Street Fighter as well.
But it's not just but like they are changing the art assets to something that is more fitting with Village,
Right.
rather
Yeah.
than them just taking the same look
Right.
and making it look in the new engine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is more the way that it looks with like Street Fighter 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Where it's everything kind of polished up a little bit more. This is a complete overhaul of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
This looks visually distinct from
it
original
even
Resident
looks like
Evil
you're
4.
getting a few new like story beats.
Yes,
or whatever.
yeah.
as well.
There's probably
yeah.
going to have more shit with Ashley in it. You know, I
Well,
imagine.
I mean, they realized, man. It's like, you know, they already took Resident Evil and ran it through the action ringer.
They did.
And they're like, okay,
hey, man,
well,
I punched boulders. It was awesome.
right,
Okay.
you know, it was great, but
Yeah.
what people want is horror.
That's right.
You know, and so after the sales of RE8, it's just like, okay, well, RE4 was actually that gateway drug to that action-oriented version of Resident Evil, you know? And
100%.
so, yeah, and so now it's like, even though the first half of it is very, very horror, you know, then all of a sudden it goes kind of action. And so, like, this is perfect.
It's perfect. And
It's
to me,
perfect.
like, even as a super hardcore Resident Evil 4 fan, I was like, all right, bring it on.
Dude, I played
know?
RE4 so many times.
Yeah.
I want to play it in a different flavor, with a different color
yeah.
paint. Like, I'm super stoked for this.
I love it. I love it in VR.
I was about to
And
say, speaking of which,
they even said at the end with VR content, and this is what's screwing me up here is like they've already proven that Resident Evil 4 VR works.
Right.
They've already fine-tuned the mechanics for Resident Evil 4 VR. They now are showing next thing Resident Evil Village in VR.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Right?
know, well, the RE4 so it's like what we got previously on the Quest was the original version of RE4 VR.
Right.
This is gonna be that new hotness
But they've-
in VR.
is it gonna
And it's
be the
like-
whole game?
You know it's gonna be the whole game.
Dude, they are fucking murdering
You know,
it.
Yeah,
They are
absolutely.
they are murdering
Absolutely.
it
These
here.
games, dude, remember we said it. We called
We
it when we
did.
were playing RE8. That game was made with VR in mind.
We
Yeah.
knew
was
it the whole
already
time.
out the gate. Mhm.
The whole time, man.
Yeah, the second you first
you know
get a
what?
chance to see that little doll,
Oh,
and
yeah,
she's like
the
in your
in your
face,
face.
and
Fuck
all
that.
those characters, that's what they did.
Dude,
they
the
all,
way the old lady's all shaking her shit
yeah,
in your face
yeah,
is
and
like,
Moreau,
and-
Moreau just shows up right in your face, and then I'm like,
The
yeah, that's
Hell
gonna be in
Baby?
VR.
the hell baby.
Oh man, Ooh.
Man, I'll play through that game.
Oh hell yeah!
So many more
Dude,
times.
I'll play. That's gonna be the game that if anybody comes over to my house,
Uh-huh.
I'm
You're
gonna
like,
throw
oh,
them
try
straight to
this.
Bienviento.
You're just gonna
I'm
take
throwing
them
them
right
into-
there,
right there.
to House Benviento.
Yes.
No.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Play through that shit.
So I was immediately blown away by those first two, right?
Yeah.
This is stuff that we already knew was going to happen,
Yes.
but now they've actually said it,
Right.
you know? And I mean, I'm going to buy Resident Evil 4 again. Motherfucker.
I wonder if they're
why
gonna try
not?
to charge us for RE8 VR.
I
They're gonna add
I
a
bet it's going to be
DLC.
free. I bet it's
Right,
going to be free.
It kind of has to because we
Yeah.
never got reverse.
And I think that with them doing 4 with the VR mode as well, they're like, no, we can charge full price $70 for this. We can make our money over here, and but they're technically developing for both systems.
Right. Well, they said they're going to do that across the board with a lot of future PlayStation games.
Where
you know,
can
like,
play it in both ways.
Right.
Yeah. And then directly after that, the next thing that they showed off was the oh wow, this isn't in order. That doesn't help me at all. Is No Man's Sky version for PS5? You know, which I mean, yeah, it's not anything too crazy, but it's just nice that they're continuing to support newer hardware and make sure that everything's going to work. Which means that the PS5 version in VR should finally be up to the level of the PC. Basically.
Do you know how excited
that's
Hello
really...
Games had to be about this?
Oh yeah,
you know, because I mean, really for a game like No Man's Sky,
it's great for them. Yeah.
Especially with haptics and shit. Yeah. It's like, how can we make our game even more?
I can feel the carbon.
What the facts, man. And so that's super hype. That's super hype. You know, so yeah.
And then after that, what's the next VR game that they showed off? They showed off
Saints and Sinners.
The Saints and Sinners.
Motherfucking
that's right.
Sinners.
Saints and Sinners 2. They showed the
Retribution.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Retribution. That's what it's called. So it's part 2 Retribution. Yeah. And
the chainsaw
just
baby.
looks amazing. It looks like the same stuff that we already got, but better.
Yeah.
That's it. More of it and
Can
better.
you imagine feeling that chainsaw rocking in your hands,
Oh,
though, bro?
it's gonna be good.
Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah. I'm probably gonna get this for PSVR instead of getting it for.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I stopped playing Half-Life Alyx again, because I know that they're going to release a superior version for the PSVR 2.
The complete version.
Yeah, I feel the same way as Saints and Sinners. There's going to be a superior version of the game, because I mean, tracking is going to be way better out the gate, which means that two-handed weapon handling will be way better out the gate, and so. I don't know, man. When Retribution drops, I might wait. I don't. Well, I say that now. I say that.
No,
now.
you're gonna buy it twice.
I know. Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
I mean, plus, you know, they're amazing. So give them money.
Absolutely.
So okay, was there another VR game that they showed, or is that when they
show the Horizon?
Call
of the Mountain, which they finally showed that it's not a on rails experience. This is.
It still looks very, very linear.
Well, I bet it's linear.
Because a lot of their paths, it was like a straight line.
But they were making it sound like you were on that boat the whole time. When that first shit
well,
came
yeah,
out.
That's what people were thinking. It's like, absolutely not, man. Horizon's about climbing.
No, exactly.
You know, they showed us underwater elements, so you will be able to swim.
I can't wait. I just can't wait to see that, dude.
That's going to be a lot, you know, because their water is perfect. And then it also showed us that we're not going to be playing as Aloy. And so
it's going to be a different protagonist.
Do you know who this guy is?
So some random dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they make it seem like he was a prisoner.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you know, you got a snap maul going up underneath the boat, and
Which
that's a
looks
problem.
so good,
dude. That's a problem for Aloy. But it makes me wonder what they're gonna do with because you won't have a focus. You shouldn't have a focus. Which is a little device she has on her head that lets her see.
Well, I thought a couple other people had them.
A couple of people do, but usually they came from Aloy. Aloy passed them out to her group.
I got you.
There's a group that came from across the Great Expanse. They're not actually. Some of them are here in. Well, really, it's America. That's what it is. But there are some people that live on another. Yeah, they're on another continent.
Fuck yeah.
But they've got fuck yeah. But they've got focuses. But most of the people in the Americas are more like tribal.
Okay.
You know, and some of them even worship, like they call them the land gods, the robots. They actually worship them, like the Utaru.
Well, you might not have a Bluetooth, but you definitely have a bow.
I just wonder. Yeah, they give you a bow. They looks like there's crafting mechanics as well, because you made a little climbing axe and.
But I mean, even if most of the game is just like. You know, running, jumping.
They better not do this.
Climbing, and
I'm gonna be mad if
I don't think you have to do this to run.
No, I mean some games are like that though. Right?
Yeah, but we got sticks.
Yeah,
we'll have fun.
Well, no, even games with sticks sometimes they do this shit. But I do think
some
like,
bullshit is what it is.
It is. Looking at it, it does still look more like an experience than a full-fledged game. And so that's my only fear right now, is that it might end up being like I think it's going to be a pack-in.
Well, let's see what let's see what the price is, because I mean, even at $20, a short experience might not be bad.
It'll be hype. It'll be great,
yeah.
But you know, I love some Horizon, and so I want a full Horizon game in VR.
Yeah.
As difficult to do as that would actually be, you know.
So this might end up being more of a tech demo,
that's
proof of concept
that's
kind
what
of thing.
It's looking like to me. With them not giving you Aloy, that tells you everything.
Which doesn't mean it's going to suck or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Just
right. It's just not going to be, Horizon's all about a wide open world and exploring at your own pace.
Yeah.
And
this doesn't look like that at all, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with.
Yeah.
It looks like a little slice of something that has amazing graphics and would show off the potential of the PSVR 2.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because I bet it costs way less to produce this.
Yes.
So that's nice on Sony. So what the next thing is, like, Stray?
We got a release date for Stray.
And
Stray
a little
looks
bit more gameplay. I like it that they decided to go with the kind of point-to-point style jumping. So instead of it being like a platformer, you don't exactly have to aim yourself. You just kind of, contextually move to spot to spot. An X pops up, you go there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm getting that game.
Yeah, I mean, this is
well.
this is part of the thing. So they're launching this service, the other two versions of
PS Plus.
PS Plus, and if you get extra or higher, then this game's free.
Right.
So it's almost
buy it.
Well, I mean, it's a chance to check out the service too.
Do it. Go ahead.
Because for me, I don't plan on playing that game
I'll be
more than
here on
once.
Saturday, and you can tell me all about it. I'm telling you, there's a lot of. It's funny, man, because there's a lot of. A lot of people are expressing burnout as far as same thing that you were saying, as far as Xbox Live, not Xbox, Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Yeah, as far as Game Pass as well. That's the only thing about these.
I canceled
services,
Game Pass altogether. I mean, I can still play Halo.
right? Like that's the whole thing. It's like I don't need another subscription service, especially to play old games. I'm not that nostalgic, and I've got all my old consoles, and so I'm not the person that they're trying to market towards.
Right.
But definitely check it out. I'll come over here.
I don't know that I'm nostalgic for anything they're showing off because everything at the beginning kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But
you
I wanna
can't
try
can't bait me with a free game about a kitty. Like that's a good piece of bait. That's a really good piece of bait.
How much is Stray? Like
Stray's gonna end up probably being $49,
Yeah.
39 to 49.
yeah,
if I
so
had
I
to
mean,
guess.
you spend $8 and get the same game. Like that
You
to me
spend
is just
$8
economics.
that month.
Yeah, and you don't have to be locked into any more than
That
a
shit
month.
stacks up. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
then
you-
if
no,
you
that's what I'm
forget
saying.
about it, which normally happens,
be vigilant.
I'd rather get the game and then I got kitty game forever. It's not because I want kitty game. I'm so excited about kitty game.
Kitty and robots.
Okay, so
baby.
after Kitty Game was
Wasn't it that
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man on
Remastered.
PC.
Yeah.
Okay, which again, Lime. Spider-Man on a 3080 is gonna be fucking hot.
That's true. Yeah, we do have the next gen Witcher coming by the end of the year, so it'd be worth waiting for Witcher.
Oh yeah. It's a free upgrade.
Then it was that
Then it was Callisto
Callisto.
Protocol.
Callisto
Yeah,
Protocol,
Callisto
which
Protocol.
Good.
yeah, I
Looks
mean,
really
That's good.
I've been hearing about this for a while. It's it's the same guy that made Dead Space, the lead developer. I think he has some of his original team from Dead Space, but it's not a bunch of them. And yeah, this is Dead Space.
It's basically Dead Space.
Yeah.
But PS5.
Yeah, but PS5, and it looks fucking amazing. It very much has the thing all over the top of it, just like Dead Space did. You know,
Yeah,
that
PS4 too, right?
What?
creepy hallways.
Space?
And
Or Callisto?
Callisto.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
probably.
cross-gen.
Cross-gen.
Yeah, should be.
Forever.
At this point, you kind of have to.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Chip shortages until 2024, guys.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So,
What else was
And
there?
then
Final
came
Fantasy.
the elbow drop. No.
Oh no, then Street Fighter.
Jesus.
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, please.
I just don't remember the order.
Yeah. well, I mean, anyway. We'll do that.
This
so Street
list
Fighter 6
was not helpful. is
So
what
we
I'm trying
so we got some gameplay footage of Street Fighter 6.
Yeah. Chowner's looks hot.
I mean, like literally, them cakes, boy.
No, I just love
Well, but like the
He's doing
animation
that
looks,
Ip Man
looks so
shit, dude.
precise in this one.
Yes.
It looks that to me looks like more of an upgrade than anything else. The animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they've actually added like an adventure mode, and so you
yeah.
actually the whole thing takes place in Metro City, so you can actually run around and encounter like the Mad Gear gang and shit.
Awesome.
And yeah, so that's weird. You can make your own custom character that you can get fight money, of course, because my fight money, and you can customize your character, run around with them, and apparently
So you don't
other
have to be Luke?
players. Huh?
You don't have to be Luke.
No, I think
in the
Luke
story?
is going to be the kind of like the narrator. He's going to be like your coach and get you started and get you trained up and whatever. And then you'll be unleashed into the city. You can run around. But the way they made it seem is like you can like encounter other players. So maybe it's going to be like a actual hub world that's online, an online hub world, and then you can encounter people and then you start matches there.
But is that with your own custom character or with the roster?
That's with your custom character. You remember in the trailer where they
so
had your
weird.
character and he was climbing up ladders and shit, dragon punching dumpsters. And it was fucking weird. But then he ran into another guy and they like crossed fist. Crossed fists, and then it zoomed into a battle between those two, and it was a fight. So there's going to be a separate mode, you know. Customization modes like that are always kind of hit or miss,
right?
You know, it's kind of interesting.
Custom characters are funny, right? Because you can make them broke as shit most of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you see the one little? Okay, so we already addressed the graphics that look amazing.
Yeah.
That song, I Ain't Never Backing Down.
Oh yeah,
that was hot. That was hot. But at the end of it, they show you the battle lounge, right? And on the screen in the middle, which is what most people are focused on, it says Kimberly, right?
Yeah.
So you see that's going to be
the
a new
girl
character.
with the braids.
Yeah.
She looks awesome. I think she's supposed to be like Ibuki.
Yes. She's supposed to be a ninja. And so, what up, boy? And so, hold on, man. Let me
see. He's trying to correct us.
I
Come in here
know.
with a no.
Dude, I'm sitting here trying to say the shit, and he's like, "Let me type it in real fast." Anyway, but if you look at that same screen, if you look to the top left, I know, right? If you look to the top left, they actually show a bracket, which shows a list of a lot of the characters that are going to be in the game. So you see Zangief up there. You see, E Honda on that list.
Yeah.
You know, if you look to the bottom left, there's a place that's called the Game Center, and you see these arcade cabinets like the Street Fighter Alpha 2s over there, Puzzle Fighters over there, and so we're thinking that you'll actually be able to walk over to those arcade cabinets, sit down, and play those classic games as well. You know, and so it's like, that'd be brilliant.
That's funny though, because they're releasing this collection.
Well, they're releasing the collection now.
Now
this isn't coming out to next year.
I know,
right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna get that money right now, and then be like, "Hey, it's over here too.
Here's everything you just bought."
Yeah.
Fucking Capcom.
I mean, it
man.
is
Right?
Capcom, right?
And within 24 hours, the entire roster leaked.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
You sure did. Which,
we'll get
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and tab over, because why not? Here's some of them. Here's some of them. But
These are
there
mostly
is,
new
you should go
characters
look
right
up the whole roster if you're
Because they got
interested.
all of the like original,
All the original 8,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, the
Immediately.
World Warriors are all
They
there.
got the World Warriors, which is so fucking awesome. We're starting off with Blanca and Honda and
Fuck
everybody.
yes.
Yeah. Then they showed Cammy and DJ with
Yeah.
completely new
They look
redesigns. Dude,
completely
DJ looks
But-
so cool.
Now,
Yeah, he
if
does.
you look at also on that same screen that we were just talking about, like on one of the arcade cabinets, you can actually see a model for Cammy fighting Guile.
Yeah.
And but Cammy is in her classic costume.
Okay.
So it looks like you'll have the options of
Man,
I
I bet they gotta have the classic
yeah.
costumes.
right?
Yeah.
And then there's also another area that's going to be your character customization shop. So
Yeah.
I wonder if you'll be able to customize each character as well as your own individual character.
Oh
right?
man,
Kind of like Tekken.
sounds like a world of DLC.
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, dude, Capcom's about to milk it,
Really,
boy.
dude.
Yeah, they're setting themselves up for it.
Yeah.
You want your
When we
Darkstalkers
got-
costumes? You want your
Well, they were already kind of messing around with that in Street Fighter 4. You know, like
Yep.
that Airman.
Totally.
You know.
Oh, I
which
forgot
is so
about that.
lit.
Yeah,
It's
man.
so lit.
But
and
we
so-
got like Gorilla Akuma.
God
as well.
damn.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
he's all
He
fucking
is.
forearms.
Yeah, you got broke ass Ken.
Yeah.
Ken
Yeah.
over there looking like he's
Yeah.
falling on hard
And,
times.
and then Jury.
Yeah, Jerry. I
Always
love
like
Jerry.
There. Rashid is back.
Rashid, totally.
Uh-huh.
And then this is the new characters,
Well, a few of
which
them, yeah.
I mean, Luke isn't new.
Well,
but,
yeah,
but
but
he
they-
is pretty much new, and you can tell that they put him in 5 because of the delay of 6.
Right, they put him
Right.
in 5 to get us ready for 6. It's like,
Exactly,
here's
yeah,
the
he's the
new,
preview.
He's the new main character.
Right.
Right. It's not about Ryu and Ken so much. It's about Luke and what's the third guy? I forgot what his name was.
It's not Charlie. It is.
No, he does drunken boxing. And
Dude, and
He-
he's
he
fucking
looks-
amazing.
yeah.
His animations were killing
looks
me.
yeah,
great.
he's hitting those
Yeah.
flares and shit.
Oh,
what I'm saying?
man.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's really cool.
But we don't know most of the other characters' names.
Well,
but
they're
look-
all listed. I should have compiled a list of them. Anyway, go check out the leak. Capcom's been kind of pissed about this one, and so they've been pulling down videos and shit. And
Really?
giving people, You know, Maximilian was scared to even make a video about
should
it.
we be worried?
I don't think we should be.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Maximilian has close ties with Capcom, and so it's a different thing. Ruffelmonger made a video about it. He's like, well, and he said it out loud. He's like, well, it's news, man. He's like, sorry, this is what happened. I'm just gonna make a video. And so Max is scared though.
Ooh.
Max is real nervous. He's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna talk about anything they don't want me to talk about.
Yeah.
But he has more to lose, and so
Yeah.
you know, it's a different situation. But definitely check out the leaks. The images are up for you all.
So what else was at the State of Play? I mean,
last thing.
Final Fantasy.
Final
was,
Fantasy.
yes,
Yeah.
Naoki Yoshida actually popped his little head up, and so for all of us who are 14 nerds, you know, we all geeked out, got all super geeked out. So yeah, and so he has the he had the trailer for Final Fantasy 16, which looks incredible.
Oh, it looks so good.
It looks so good, and then all those like icon on icon fights.
Oh yeah,
bro. What? So at first we thought it was just going to be Ifrit, Phoenix.
Nah, man.
No, it's like Ifrit, Phoenix, Titan, Bahamut,
Garuda.
Garuda, Shiva. Yeah, and it's the 14 version of Shiva. That bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Ramu. Yeah, man. Like it's like what? And then they have the actual like primal versus primal battles.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they're going to be heavily QTE oriented or how those are going to work because they looked hyper cinematic.
It looked amazing.
It's gonna be
and
really
didn't
cool.
you say that it's basically like each of them is like the patron saint over a tribe, like
right.
that kind of thing?
It's
so
kind of like the tail beast in Naruto, right? Like each civilization or each like
clan
city,
or
whatever you want to call it, has control of one.
Yeah.
And they call them well, they're the icons, but they have a dominant that actually is like a Jinchuriki. They have the icon embedded within them.
Right.
And so that keeps the balance between all the nations, you know? And so some shit's going down. Somebody's probably trying to get all of them.
Yeah.
If I had to guess and make the 10 tails, if I had to guess. But I can't wait to see these fights. And we got a release date. And so it's going to be 2023. We have to wait, which is largely unfortunate. But it's a smart play because Square Enix also has Forspoken.
Right, which is
at
this
the end
year.
of this year.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I thought I was curious about that because I'm like, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot if you release Forspoken and then 16.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to completely overshadow Forspoken, and so it's a smart play.
Yeah.
You know, it's like here's a nice little tech game, and then you get the good shit. So, yeah, man, fire. Sony's going to dominate 2023,
Yeah, seriously, Xbox doesn't have shit coming out,
bro. Starfield.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, man.
Maybe. They're gonna delay it another 2 years, dude. I
And
promise.
release another version of Skyrim.
Like, oh shit, our new engine doesn't work either. So we already covered the Street Fighter roster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip past that one.
Yeah.
Apple VR.
Apple
Is this a
VR.
real release date or is it just tentative?
It's tentative.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because once again, supply chain issues.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, but it's more of just like a hey, it's on the horizon.
Yeah.
You
Release date and price.
Price
yeah,
$1,000.
About $1,000, yeah.
And that does not. They're not saying whether it has controllers or not.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because it's more of like a mixed reality, like AR as well as VR. Like, look at all those cameras, man.
Probably gonna have advanced hand tracking and all that kind of stuff going on. And I can see this being like a serious competitor in certain situations. Like for instance, the screen technology and the tracking technology is probably going to be
everything.
Yeah. But as a gaming device, this is not going to hit it.
No, and that's
This
not
is
their target.
No.
You know, the people who should be most afraid is
Yes,
like
I
Facebook
did
Meta.
Say $1,000. Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be $1,000. Yeah, I think it's going to be. I mean, it's Apple, man.
But that's how
not
much an
surprising.
index costs.
Right, exactly.
But an index also includes controllers.
Yes,
So that's
but
right.
Here's the thing, right? Like, you can't look at this as a gaming device.
No.
This is something more for like.
It's like buying a nice display.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, something you can interact with. Like if you're working on, let's say 3D modeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, where you can actually 3D model in like a real time space, which is your home. So you know, you can make. you could build little Lego things on your kitchen table. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be
this is also
more
an
about
all-in-one too.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is more like the Quest where it has onboard processing. So we're not
Yes.
talking about $1,000 plus another device. We're talking about it itself is the whole package.
Right. Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So I mean, yeah, I know $1,000, but honestly, it's not for what we're gonna get out of this thing, or not. I'm not buying this the fucking
Right,
thing. This
right.
isn't for
Yeah.
me.
But yeah,
but
it's
if
for
it is
people
for
like,
creators and designers,
Exactly.
like you're
There it
saying, you
is.
know, and
Because imagine being able to just like be like, okay, I wonder what these walls would look like
Yeah.
if I painted them green.
you
know, and to be able to just actually be like, okay, change the color of my walls. Oh, my house looks dope.
You know,
Or,
down the
"Ooh,
line,
that's
I
nasty."
wouldn't doubt if this is the device that real estate agents all have in their
Mhm.
back pocket. So when they go, oh, do you want to check this house out? Cool, here, slap
A
this
lot of
on.
people are already
you know?
doing that. Like there
Yes.
was a
Yeah.
like real estate company that came by my restaurant. And
Uh-huh.
they had these little swag bags, and one of them had like the little cardboard VR.
Oh.
Yes, you can do that. Put your phone in there and
Yeah,
have like a
totally.
virtual
Uh-huh.
tour of some of their properties.
Dude,
Which, I mean, is smart, man.
filming 3D for properties and doing 3D mapping and stuff
Mhm.
like that is a whole new business model that's coming out that you can make a shit ton of money if you know how to run some cameras and some computers and
Right.
stuff.
And then they're
Yeah.
also talking about having like AR glasses, kind of
Yeah.
like the Google glasses that
Yeah,
came out.
yeah, that's
Like
going to be a
that.
completely different product.
Right,
Yeah.
and so that product is supposed to
Yeah.
be announced late in 2023,
Mhm.
probably not to be released into 2024.
Mhm.
But people speculate that this should come out by the end of the year.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and it'll most likely have the same chip as the computer I'm running. I have a Mac Mini with the M1, so it's either going to be the M1 or the M1X.
Hmm.
So it might be an even more powerful chip than what I'm using as my main mixing computer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this is going to be a beefy fucking headset.
gonna be a beast.
You know, and
Mhm.
for $1,000, that is not
That's
an
low.
easy price, but it's fucking
That's
low for
low.
what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, it sucks that things are that way, but I mean, you got to think about Apple as a company. Their baseline laptop price is at least $1,000.
At
An
least.
Apple Pen.
Exactly. The Apple Pen's $100 and something bucks just for a
Apple
pen.
pen.
Yeah, yeah. The pen pineapple Apple Pen.
Yeah, right.
Oh God, that's at least two. That's at least 250.
At least
300. That's at least 300.
You don't want to know.
If you have
man.
to ask, you can't afford it.
So in more hardware, this Evercade
This
ESP,
interesting, man.
looks
dude.
pretty
interesting.
This shit's cool. They're also releasing authentic packs from developers, like right
In
here on the
packs.
screen in packs.
Packs,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
So,
So you have a
IREM and
cartridge.
Toaplan are two of them, but
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then one of the coolest things about it, so the Evercade essentially gives you a classic gaming experience. You actually have
Yeah.
cartridges that you put
Yeah.
into the device.
Mhm.
You know, they showed a
It
lot
looks
of
like you put it
R-Type.
on a little keychain.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
just a.
Oh,
That's just a
okay.
keychain.
Yeah,
It's just a keychain.
It's a
I was
trinket.
like, wait,
Yeah.
That's
do
a
those
bobble.
cartridges have keychains?
For real, dude. But it's really cool. So they're kind of focusing on classic arcade games.
Yeah.
But one of the coolest features of it is that it has a landscape mode, so you can actually rotate it and play it
tall screen.
Oh, yeah,
play
yeah,
it tate.
yeah.
Absolutely,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah.
Which,
Hell yeah.
which, by the way, do you know what game Toaplan made, Scott?
No.
Tatsujin.
Ooh.
Ah, yeah. Toaplan is the company that ended up becoming like Cave for the
Yeah.
most part. Yeah. So this is the original developers for a lot of that
Okay.
shit. So IREM and Toaplan as two of the they're getting the right fucking people. You know what
Hell
I mean?
yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
getting these licenses with physical things that you can buy.
Yes.
Ah.
And they said each one of the games actually comes with an instruction manual.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
You know,
what?
like,
Instruction.
A
I
manual.
know,
printed
right?
book? You mean
Uh-huh.
paper
Yes.
with words
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it?
yeah. You mean
to
to
have and hold.
Fold out?
A fold out. That's right. Want some
With
adult
scribblings in
literature?
'em?
It's awesome. And then furthermore, we're supposed to see this by the end of the year. Furthermore, that price point.
Yeah. How much was it?
$129.
Oh, I'm getting this.
$129.99.
come
That's mine,
boy.
That is in the rotation.
I'm
How
serious,
much are the
man.
games? Because I didn't look up how much they
Yeah.
were. They're
I
not.
didn't see any prices on the games.
Man, they better be.
it's probably like $20.
If they dude, if they
Man.
hit it
Yeah.
at 20, man. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like, I mean, this is such a brilliant strategy.
Mhm.
It's so smart.
You got a USB cable.
Yeah,
Is that
man, that's it.
just for
Charging, just for charging, and it's
Okay.
USB-C charging. So I
Yes,
mean, like,
fast.
fuck yes,
Yeah.
dude.
Hell yeah.
They win on this.
Yeah.
The screen's probably super nice too.
Yeah, they said like, I mean, you can see the screen from like any angle. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't even
Oh,
matter.
awesome.
Like, if
I wonder if it's an OLED.
no.
No, it's just a real nice LCD panel.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah. And so that's
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's hype.
Evercade
That's
EXP.
Evercade. Let's go.
Ooh boy,
Konosuba.
I'm happy about this. They announced season 3 of Konosuba. Get hype. So that's cool. The big thing though is they also announced a Megumin spinoff.
Yeah,
which, I mean,
totally.
makes sense. Megumin.
That's the witch.
She's So if you don't know anything about Megumin, she's a super powerful mage, but she has dedicated her entire life to learning this one spell called Explosion.
Yeah,
which is the
nice.
most in the universe of Konosuba is the most destructive, most powerful, offensive spell, and she refuses to do any other spell, and most of the time she sets it off. She ends up catching, all the other characters.
I was gonna say, it sounds like she
this whole show is basically just like the worst people to have in your party. Like they're all completely fucking useless most of the time.
Supposed to AOE the team.
Yeah, so
Okay.
and Megumin being the most popular character, the movie that came out, I think it was last year, mainly focused on her, and the spinoff is supposed to be a prequel. So this will be her in her little weird ass mage village.
Man, how do I get one of those hats? That's all I want to know.
Play Final Fantasy 14.
There you go.
There you go.
No,
Go
I'm
online.
Physically.
Go online. Hit up some cosplayers.
That still will not get me a hat.
Make
But,
that shit.
Man, really.
But yeah, I'm
So wait,
super-
who are the characters? Who are we
Okay,
looking
so that's Aqua. She's the goddess that summoned Protag-kun. She's a fucking crybaby.
Okay.
She's fucking useless. She's when they get to the world, of course, so basically Konosuba, she summons this dude. He dies.
Seriously, they won't do it.
He dies, and she tells him that he can take one thing with him to the new world, and she the whole time she's fucking with him because of the way that she died. I don't want to give that joke away if you haven't seen it because it's fucking hilarious. But she basically says you can take one thing with you. Doesn't specify what the thing is, and he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm taking you.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So she ends up coming to the new world with him. And then the one in the background, that is Darkness. Darkness is
she the paladin, basically?
She's basically, yeah.
Yeah.
She's kind of like a
Didn't you say
a
she's
tank.
a complete klutz, though?
No, she's a fucking masochist.
Oh.
She's a hyper masochist.
Oh, that's why she's the tank. She loves the
yeah,
damage.
because she loves
Oh,
that damage.
yeah.
And she's constantly
dope.
putting herself into harm's way.
Because
and
she likes it.
Because she likes it. So that's why she's useless.
No, that's great. That's great.
So, so did Megumin blow up old chick in the back?
this scene.
Yeah.
Why
is she laying down?
I think she's just taking a nap.
no,
I think that's
Just
just
got a little sleepy.
got a little sleep.
Yeah, no. She's probably just in the erotic thralls of being pummeled.
Oh,
you know?
all right. Little combat sexuals.
Right. Yeah, I'm super stoked for season 3. Can't wait to see what they do with this Megumin spinoff. Hopefully they'll get hopefully some of the other characters will get some spinoffs.
Right on.
That would be cool.
So, how long has this show aired?
It's been quite a few years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's relatively new. I can't remember the specific year that it came out, but it's really good.
Yeah, I mean the art looks great. Those colors are popping.
I mean, fan service. I mean, yeah.
Well,
but
I mean, there's
not
fan service, of course, but
I mean,
just
it's anime.
Right.
you know.
Well, I mean, but it looks crispy.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it looks newer.
It's a good show. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I rewatched the first 2 seasons quite a few times, and it's still funny.
Right.
So.
Huh. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's why I was telling you the other week. I was just like, man, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to watch Konosuba.
Right. Yeah.
It's really really good.
I remember liking that OP.
Kazuma. That's the main dude's name.
Kazuma.
Kazuma.
Heard that. Maybe I'll watch that while I run my roulettes.
Just the first episode, man. If you're not sold by the first episode, I don't know what's wrong.
He's
with
like, I don't know what to tell
you.
you.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Lime can smell the fan service.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
Not as
Already
not
seen
as egregious
so
as
much
you
booba.
would maybe think. I mean, they don't have bras in this universe, so they're kind of saggy.
Oh, okay.
So-
All right. Just the opie flopping.
Opie.
So, how you guys feel about this one? The Sonic Frontiers.
I mean, it's
People are hating.
I mean,
People are hating hard, though.
it
mean,
didn't
hard.
make
there's not
me
enough
feel
in
any,
this trailer
Right.
to really.
Only it's 40
comment
seconds.
on.
You guys
Well,
are fucking
no, there was also a 7-minute long gameplay trailer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they did like a kind of
Oh,
a
I didn't
deep
see
dive
that.
into
Okay.
And so
Yeah, because all I've been hearing is, yeah, it's open world, but what do you do in it?
yeah,
Like, because
You know?
it looks pretty empty right now.
yeah, and I think that's really the big problem with it. And do we really want open world Sonic? You know, Sonic
I
Adventure
can agree with
was
you on
good.
that. Yeah.
You know, it was good.
Adventure 2
2
is better.
was better. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Rolling
But
around at the speed of sound.
right, but that's the thing. Like, you got to lean heavily into that cheese and that camp.
You have to, man.
make it really
Yeah.
work and worth it. I just don't know if this is really a Sonic world anymore, man. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
because I mean, you gotta in order
rather
to make
them release
Sonic
more
work,
2D games.
you
man.
gotta go so fast.
Yeah.
Like, really, just to
That's-
make it work. Like, it's gotta almost be Twitch,
Yep.
you know. And I just don't know. I don't know if we really need it.
Yeah.
Sega, you know.
I
Yeah,
can,
right.
I can
More
feel
open
that.
world.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, like I don't think it's necessary.
Every time they make Sonic more like
Sonic Team just doesn't
action-y,
know what to do with
it
it.
sucks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Son-
Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah.
right,
You know?
it's like colors. Just go
Yeah.
go the colors.
Just go
route.
fast, make it pretty.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
I mean, that's the whole thing, and it's so interesting when you think
I
about
love
it. Like,
Generations.
right, because
Generations
the
was
problem is that Sonic doesn't really have mechanics, right?
No,
It's
not
like, go
really, huh?
fast
Don't get
and
hit.
Don't get hit.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? At least Mario's got like backflips
Mhm.
and just different.
Wahoo!
Yeah, he can like climb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
Sonic doesn't have that,
No.
and so like
Sonic doesn't get power upgrades the same way. I
Right.
mean, you'll get some boots.
yeah, you can go Super Sonic.
You get a bubble.
You know, you can go Super Saiyan, which is dope. But
Yeah.
outside of that, like, I mean, what? There's just not a lot of substance. You know, the whole point was to show off blast processing. You know, like, what the fuck, bro? And so,
And now we can all blast process.
right? You know, so it's not. I don't know.
That was a
Whatever,
marketing
Sega.
gimmick anyway.
Yeah, you know. I mean, stick to the movies, man. That's all you got to do. Which Sonic 2
Is on streaming. You want to do that this next weekend? We can either do that or Northman. They're both streaming right now.
Damn! Don't say that.
I
That's
mean,
We'll
horrible.
talk about it.
it's the next 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
whichever order we want to do.
Yeah, we'll figure that
We'll
part
flip
out. 'Cause
that
I really
coin.
want to watch Northman.
I know.
York's in that bitch.
But having already seen Sonic, I have to say it's really good, and I'd watch it 3 more times. So,
Heard
like,
that.
so it's
Okay.
either one. It's either
Glowing
one, man.
recommendation.
But we're gonna have a couple of good movies, huh?
Yeah.
What you
fine.
think about
finally.
that? Yeah,
God
a couple
damn
of good movies.
Sidetrack. Which God of War should I be playing? You need to play. Well, they just call
Yeah,
it God of War.
just go ahead and play the new
but
one.
yeah, just make sure
Yeah.
that you aren't getting God of War the original.
Right.
Yeah.
The original 3 are cool, but I would almost say what you should do, Lime, is just get on YouTube, find a summary of the first 3 games story.
Right. 'Cause
Just-
it
just-
is a little important.
Watch what happens
Yeah,
and,
it's God of
look at the
War.
cool. It's God of 4. That is
God of
exactly it.
God
yes.
of War, but it
Yeah.
doesn't display.
It
as
doesn't
that.
say 4
it
at
doesn't
all.
Say 4.
It's just
No.
called
Can
God
you,
of War.
pull up the
the way
thumbnail.
you will know is he has that beard.
Yeah, pull up
And
the
there's
thumbnail.
a boy.
Yeah, pull up the thumbnail because when you see this version of Kratos, he looks very, very different.
Yeah, with the boy.
With
yeah,
the
with the
boy.
boy.
If there's
Look
no
for
boy,
Atreus.
then it's not the right one.
Right, there you go. There you go. So you want Atreus.
Yeah.
That story is.
Oh,
ooh,
it's great.
Ooh, you're gonna
Yeah.
love it.
So
Heyo!
trailers.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting into some trailers.
So we're finally getting this release.
Yes, and it's way
So-
more than anticipated.
Mhm.
At
okay.
first, it seemed as if it was just going to be a
Kazuya
few.
and Hahachi.
Right.
and-
So
yeah.
Virtual Fighter 5 is doing a crossover with Tekken 7.
Yeah.
And initially it looked like there was only going to be a couple of skins that you'll basically, like if you use Akira, he'll have a Kazuya skin, right? Use Lao, he'll have a Heihachi skin. No, there is a skin for each one of the characters in Virtual Fighter.
Who's
that'll
Wolf
turn
turn
them
into?
King.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of fucking
Who do you
course.
think?
I don't know. I was hoping. What's his name? My big red man. What's his name?
Bob?
No, that big red motherfucker. That's
Oh,
Gigas.
yeah, Gigas.
Gigas, yeah,
whatever. his
whatever.
name is.
Gigas.
Yeah, Gigas.
Gigs.
I got giggles over
yeah,
here.
dude. But
Got
no,
them giggles?
Giggles.
but and then
That's
they,
what I'm gonna call him from now on. Is giggles.
Giggles.
He's giggles.
not only do you have skins for each one of the characters in Virtual Fighter 5,
Yeah.
you can also change your life bars to Tekken 7 style. You can also change the music to Tekken 7. So basically, you can turn Virtual Fighter 5 into Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Virtual Fighter controls. Like,
Okay.
what?
All right.
What is that, man? It's crazy. It's crazy. So, I mean, it's all really cosmetic, but it's really cool. If you're a Tekken Tekken fan, you know, Tekken was always Virtual Fighter's main competitor, their main competition in the fighting game or 3D fighting game market. And once Virtual Fighter stopped being
relevant,
a thing, yeah, they just, you know, Yu Suzuki just stopped working on that shit. Harada was just like, I mean, he's kind of distraught about it. He was like, that was always the highest bar that I was trying to reach was Virtual Fighter.
Get that ass bands,
You know?
spammers.
Oh, do we?
Oh.
Do you only want to be famous?
Oh, cool, man.
Oh.
Banhammer.
Band.
If we wanted to be famous, we'd be doing something well different.
But the other part of this, which is interesting to me and kind of exciting, is that this might mean that we might see a collaboration between the two on an actual product. Like if we had a Virtual Fighter versus Tekken, that'd be lit. It'd be so good. It'd be so perfect. It'd
Coming
be so
from a direction
easy.
no one was thinking about.
Exactly, right?
Heck yeah.
So Tekken 8 is still not announced yet. We probably won't see it till late 2023. But if they do actually do a VF cross Tekken, then, I mean, that would sell, man.
Oh yeah.
That would sell.
Read Lime's comment.
Wonka Sailor Scoot. Uh-huh. Yep. Facts.
We need to start our own Sailor Scoot channel.
Mhm.
You're right.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
I mean, I still have all the stuff.
Yeah, man, you just put it on and do manga reviews.
That's right.
Why
You
didn't
know
you
what I'm
wear
saying?
any of that for anime?
Oh, yeah.
You should have done that
No,
for
we
an
fucked
episode.
up,
That would have
didn't
been
we?
great.
About it.
Yeah.
He
Should have brought my
He
cat
didn't want
ears.
us to remember that.
Right.
Right.
I gotta find them photos. I got some
You
up
do.
somewhere.
You
Yeah.
do. You need because I still haven't seen any of the pictures.
Oh, man. Oh, I should have sent them to you.
Yeah.
I thought I sent one to everybody.
No,
No?
not to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
No,
So
you're
apparently,
right.
I need to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, Sailor
as
Scoot.
Sailor
Sailor
Scoot.
Scoot with
Kitty,
it.
kitty
Hey man,
ears and
I'd be
everything.
down.
Yeah. So anyway, crossover land.
Yeah. Well, shit. Speaking of crossover lands, we got another
Near
goal.
Reincarnation and Final Fantasy 14.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
adding a new episode now. There was already a crossover with 14
With
and
Automata?
Nier. And so, but that was on the Final Fantasy 14 side of things. So there was a raid series that you could run that was all
Right.
based on Nier. This is actually going to be within Nier Reincarnation, and they're taking a fight from Final Fantasy and putting it in there. So the Hades fight is going to be added to Nier.
Oh,
which
okay. Okay, I
is
wasn't picking that up. I got you.
mind blowing to think about. I mean, that fight is absolutely huge, and so I don't know how much of the story they're gonna have. Yeah, Lime, you haven't seen this? Go look up the trailer. It's fucking sick.
Hot.
We see our boy. I guess Elidibus is probably gonna make an appearance in there. Of course, Emmett Selk at one point. Yeah, they show him in there, and so we're gonna have some Asian love. It's gonna be weird, man. But you know that they're gonna treat it with care. Like these two companies, they or these two
Branches,
producers. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like they respect the shit out of each other.
Absolutely.
They
Oh, yeah.
really do. And so, if you're a Nier fan, hey, you got some really cool content coming up. Yeah.
Here's
Next.
another crossover. So you guys used
Another-
to play Paladins.
I didn't. I
You
think
didn't?
Robbie
Yeah.
might have.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
but
up with Paladins? I don't even know
it's
really what's up
another
with
like
it.
hero style.
Yeah. Is it a
action game.
shooter? Or is it?
I think the problem with Paladins is that it came out right before Overwatch, and so people were playing Paladins, and then Overwatch dropped, and everybody started playing Overwatch instead, and so it kind of just got
okay,
overshadowed.
okay.
But I mean, there are a lot of people who really enjoy Paladins, but they got a Ruby crossover, so
And they're
we're
really
adding-
pushing Ruby right now.
yeah,
Like,
you know?
which is weird,
They're
man.
trying to
'cause what's
redeem it.
What's that fighter where you
Yeah.
can play as Ruby? What's that? What is
Blaze
that?
Blue
That's
cross tag battle.
That's cross tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because that was the first time I had seen one of the characters outside.
Oh, they look way better than they do in the anime.
Oh shit.
Way better.
A Marime, please.
Is it a Marime? Ruby?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because that's done by Rooster Teeth. The
What?
Red
Oh,
versus
you're
Blue
right.
Guys.
You're
Yeah.
kidding me.
Yeah.
That's the Red versus Blue guys, and and the dude who does all the like crossover fights like on YouTube way back in the day. I can't remember his fucking name,
Wow.
but he's awesome.
Oh, you're talking about the superpower beatdown?
Like the
There was Death Battle.
Or are you talking
Death
about?
no, like
are you talking about where it was like Scorpion versus
no,
Akuma?
it's like, you know,
and, like, all those-
Samus versus Master Chief, or like
Right, but
Tifa
wasn't they were? Well, no, I think
Final
it
Fantasy
was.
characters versus like fucking
It was Death Battle.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was the
Death
early days
Battle.
of Death Battle.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a DOA versus Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah, because the last
Okay.
Death Battle,
That
which I
shit's
encourage
what?
everyone to watch, is Omni-Man versus Homelander.
Yeah, totally. We were just
Yeah.
talking about that.
Oh,
Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch that shit. But
But-
yeah,
Yeah,
crossover.
you know,
More
if you
Ruby.
still play Paladins and you like Ruby,
Hey.
There you go.
Hey.
might be cool.
Might be cool.
Yeah.
So this is just fucking rad.
That's just,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's
Looks
it.
good.
Somebody
Yeah.
remade Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, ever since Unreal
I mean-
Engine 5 has launched, we talked about this last week. People are just,
Going ham,
going
dude.
ham. This
yeah.
like, yeah.
Hey, I want to
Yeah.
see what
Learn
this
this
looks like
shit,
in this.
right.
Because
I mean, this is it's
this looks
This looks
so
really
good.
It looks really pretty.
this is a funny thing with like a lot of tool related art. So what I mean is, like, if you have to learn how to do something first to then be able to produce your own product, right? The easiest thing to start out doing is to maybe not copy, but make homage to something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
If you're making music, you do a cover of something. You try to learn all the parts. You try to figure out how to layer all of it. You're learning the program. That's
Right.
the easiest thing to do because you don't have to worry about the actual
Teach
Teach
creative
yourself through
process.
imitation,
Yeah.
essentially.
Through imitation, right? And
Right.
and so this is like the perfect kind of thing where somebody's trying to learn the new engine. So what do? They just remake one of their favorite games. And it sucks that because in all these other aspects, if you remake a song, if you remake a piece of art, or if you do that kind of thing, especially if you put your own spin on these things, then it's praised. It's like, oh, cool, look what you did. You drew this person that I like, or you did this song. If you remake a game, they come and hunt you down.
Yeah.
That's what
that
happens.
thing too is
Nintendo
like
game?
you can download.
Yeah.
You can download this right now. And
Yeah.
what you said, they were selling it.
Okay, so it's
Now, that's
behind.
problematic.
Well, it's
That's-
behind the person's Patreon paywall, but from what I was reading, you can also just join the Discord and get it. So it just
Right. Well, that's the slippery slope, man.
right
Because if
you
start
are technically charging.
That's
right.
the thing, and you do
Uh-huh.
not want to go up against Nintendo's legal.
You
team.
have to
Oh,
get rights to be
no.
able to do shit like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing like when we used to do movies in the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
The lady that I worked for still had to get rights from that studio that they could show, Back to the Future or whatever
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the park.
Yeah.
It's not like she
Same
could
way
just
with,
show a
like,
fucking
pay-per-view.
movie.
Like you
It's
can't.
the same thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't-
It's like
yeah.
if you play, like if you're at a bar, you can't play pay-per-view without
For
charging each
every
individual
person.
patron.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think they have some like light limitations on that because I want to say that like they've kind of talked about this and it's like a couple of people, right? But I guarantee you that if those TVs could have cameras on them and tell you how many people are in the room and then hand
They
you
would
a
charge you
bill
that
based
shit.
on
Oh,
how many
shit, they'd
people
be charging.
they would
Absolutely.
fucking
Yeah.
do that shit. Yeah.
But
No
but
question.
something like this is like this is really cool.
This is
and
super
it looks
cool.
great.
Yes.
Go look at the trailer, but Nintendo's gonna come knocking.
They they are. Dude.
Yeah,
You
and
know
the
they are.
issue because of it creates a major issue for Nintendo because their games will never look that good.
No.
It will never
Yeah, you-
look as
you-
good as this. Look, man, and that's
Again,
it's so
like,
unfortunate.
It's like, what's it called? The pal
the
world.
Oh, Pal World.
Like Pal
Yeah.
World. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell this is not a Nintendo
Pokemon
game
with guns.
because it looks good.
really
It looks
good.
great.
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, I mean, they showed us the new Pokemon, and it's like, ooh, Pal World's fucking you up.
Yeah.
It's fucking you
Seriously.
up, son.
Yeah,
And
but
so-
at least go check out the
It's shiny.
yeah, it's so good looking, man.
Especially
looks
because they
great.
show off the Lumen system a lot.
They do.
And it's insane because they
Yep.
show you a little bit with Lumen turned off, and then they turn Lumen on, and it's like
Yeah,
it just handles
yeah.
lighting for you. Like you just don't have to worry about shit.
It's also
you know?
kind of crazy because they didn't try to make the characters look realistic. They really tried to make them look like what pre-rendered Silicon Graphics stuff looked like for Nintendo promotionals in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that full detail, full res, but it still looks kind of shitty.
Yeah,
but,
shitty and cartoony,
but not.
yeah.
But I don't know. So I think there's a little bit of contrast
Well,
there
I mean,
between
you have
characters
to keep
and
that
world.
if you
right?
want the game to still have the feel of Ocarina.
Right.
Right.
You gotta
Because some of
remember,
those.
you're going from a blurry mess, to something that's like, like 4K,
yeah.
and so that's.
But all the
That's rough.
villagers always looked fucking weird in that game anyway, man. I always loved the
absolutely.
windmill hut dude.
Oh yeah.
Fucking cranking on his grinder.
It was always
over
about
there.
the animations, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, Nintendo's gonna be like, fuck,
Oh.
'cause
They're gonna be
we
kicking
will
in the
never.
door over here.
Yeah,
Nintendo
dude.
ninjas, come get you.
I wish they would just be like, you know what? Fine, fuck it. Next Zelda, we're using Unreal 5. Fine, whatever.
Man, I mean, I got a strong feeling a bunch of
Nintendo, they
fucking-
won't do it. I hope they won't do it. They're gonna be like, no, we have our engine. And it's like,
man.
bro, imagine though.
Okay.
That's the world I want to live in.
Yeah, where everybody uses Unreal.
Let's go.
I'm kind of okay with that. To
I
be
am
honest.
too.
Yeah, especially if Unreal's doing what it is now, where you can pretty much do anything you want in it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can make a 2D sprite-based game, or you can make this,
Right.
or you can make the Matrix demo, or you
Yeah.
can make
No, Nintendo's
So.
gonna be like, no, we have our proprietary engine and we're gonna use that, and it looks like ass.
No, man.
It doesn't look like ass. I can't say that. That's going
It
too
don't
far.
look
No,
like
it
but
does,
by
no,
comparison,
it doesn't.
Right.
Don't look
Don't
like
look like
this.
that.
Yeah.
No.
Don't look like this. Yeah. So this looks awesome.
This
This looks
awesome.
fucking.
That's
now,
good news.
Cool.
I never played the second Destroy All Humans. I played the first one.
I played the first one.
First one was
I played
great.
The second
you
one.
know,
I think that I played the second one first.
but did you not tell me that apparently the remake of the first one kind of came
That's
out as
what
a
I've
mess?
heard.
Yeah.
Is that they did a remake of the first one and
Yeah.
it kind of sucked.
Huh.
Like, I never played it. That's
I
just
wonder
what I've
whether
been hearing.
it sucked because a lot of people are like, "Oh, this gameplay feels dated," and they didn't update
I think
some
that
of
was
that.
a lot of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I also think there were a lot of like bugs
technical
that
issues
initially,
Okay.
yeah, as well.
Well,
But this looks good.
it looks good.
Hopefully
yeah.
they do better.
Mm-hmm. And I
Reprobed.
love this picture too.
Yeah, right, dude. That's so good. Sitting there watching looking at the astronaut just jamming out on the guitar. I mean, and it's just such a
It's
funny
also
little
ironic
game.
too because since they're in
Yeah.
space, nobody's making any sound.
Yeah, right. They got headphones on. They can hear
Oh
it.
yeah, it's all
Yeah.
in ears.
Uh-huh.
In their helmets, they're like, "God, we sound
Rocking
so
out.
good."
On the outside, it's like silence.
Yeah. It's like one of those like silent room concerts,
Yeah.
man. Where
I
everybody-
love those, man.
everybody has
Silent
headphones.
disco.
I've never
Yeah.
got a chance to do that.
Really?
That's-
Oh, dude,
yeah.
they had them at Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
And it's the craziest thing because when you walk in there, people are dancing and jamming out and they're
yeah.
going hard, and you hear nothing. It's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And you get those headphones, and it's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's hot. But anybody who walks past, like, they always look at the people in there, just like, what is wrong with them? It's like, it's silent disco, man. I'm like, fuck does that mean? It's a silent disco. These people they're doing way too many drugs.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Speaking
All
of-
drugs.
Speaking of drugs, what?
LeChonk.
LeChonk.
LeChonk. No, we don't have LeChonk up
No,
there.
I know.
Not-
but
not
I-
up here.
I still just had
No.
to say it. There's a
Yeah.
little pig named LeChonk.
Yeah, I think he's one of the starters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have a cute little kitty. What's the kitty's
Yeah,
name?
I don't know.
And then there's an olive.
There's an
There's
olive.
a little olive,
Yeah.
And so, we got a trailer for
Yeah.
Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet.
When
Yeah.
the olive evolves, does it get a pimento?
Probably not.
and then
Probably.
and then a toothpick.
Probably.
Or does it get a martini?
It gets a
around
martini
it?
glass.
That's hilarious. That's pretty fucking funny, but no.
So one really cool thing that was pointed out to me is that it looks like between the two games, one of them's going to be set in the past and one of them's going to be set in the future of the
Okay.
world.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is
Weird.
why. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's gonna be like a
Four-player
co-op,
multiplayer.
4-player co-op
Yes.
feature, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Seems like they're not trying to shake up the Pokemon formula too much because I mean this has been working out for like how many fucking decades now.
Right.
Why
And
was
would-
this is
released
why would
actually
they-
open world as well.
Yeah, it's actually open world,
Right.
not like Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
One area is open. This is
So you getting it?
me.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. I didn't
mean,
think
it's
you're
gonna
much
be
of a Pokemon guy.
I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be good. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Like I might get it for my like nieces and nephews. They're
Oh,
still like
yeah.
really big into.
Yeah, you
Pokemon, but-
lying. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm just getting this for my nieces and nephews, and then you're gonna turn it on. You're gonna
Hey,
be hooked.
I
Because that's how
actu-
Pokemon
no,
works, man.
Look, dude, I actually bought Sword
Uh-huh.
and played it for months leading up into Christmas. And when my nieces and nephews came over for Christmas, I was like, "Hey, y'all want this? Merry Christmas."
Uh-huh.
Like,
Well, that's
'cause-
after you played it.
Yeah.
See, that's a very different thing. Now, because I'm telling you, man, like I got, I think it was Diamond on an emulator, and I
Okay,
was just testing
yeah.
out the emulator, and so they had Pokemon Diamond. So I'm like, all right, well,
So that
let
was
me-
GBA. Is
yeah,
that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, just let me check it out for a minute.
Yeah.
3 hours later, I was like, fuck, I forgot.
I mean, those.
I'm like, I forgot.
first-
Pokemon will snatch your soul.
It'll drag you in for the first
Yeah.
couple hours. It's just those next few hours afterwards.
Well,
where-
that's
Yeah.
when you're grinding, baby.
depends.
That's when you're grinding.
Just depends.
You
I
know?
might get. I don't know.
You
I
can
don't
play
know.
with Robbie. He said
Uh-huh.
he's getting it day one.
You know he's getting it day
4-player
one,
co-op.
man. Look,
Uh-huh.
man, this guy over here lying. You know, I would if I had a Switch, I would get it, no
Mm.
question, no question. Well, I mean, why else do you have a Switch at that point? You know?
Other games.
like what?
What? Like
What's on the Switch?
Like
Come on,
the
I'm waiting.
Zeldas.
Called out.
When?
You got
Huh?
When?
Just intermittently.
You know,
All
y'all
the- all
just
the
got No
indie
Man's
stuff.
Sky.
Zelda's eventually.
You
I
know?
don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
No
Y'all
Man's
just
Sky.
got Bugsnax.
Yeah, Bugsnax.
Bugsnax is lit. That's my favorite olive. Olive.
Yeah, oh,
Olive. Olive.
Is that what it's called?
Olive.
Lolive?
Olive.
Jesus.
Mhm. Yeah, I love olive.
So this looks good.
I missed one of the Warhammer games, right? The
Yeah, fuck it.
the shoots blood and teeth.
Even though that one, yeah, that looked like super comedic.
Shoota's blood and
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of looks like I don't know. What would you say this is like? What's that?
Like a side-scrolling shooter.
Right.
Contra-esque.
Kind of, yeah, but it looks like it's more than just 2-player. Like it looks like it's a bunch of players.
Yeah.
And super wacky 2D graphics and
Which is really cool because like Warhammer, I think that's one of the curses of Warhammer is that it takes itself so seriously.
right.
You know, and it always
Yeah.
has. So if you're not into 40K, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to want to get into 40K.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, like if you don't do tabletop, you know,
Mhm.
it's like it's not really your bag.
Yeah.
Those games are always a little cumbersome to get into as well.
Seriously, yeah.
And so making something a little quirkier like that, you know, that's a good gateway drug, man.
Yeah.
That's a smart play.
I mean, I think that both of these are a good idea for it because on the one hand you have this like super silly 2D action platformer kind of
Mhm.
experience,
Yeah.
looking wacky.
and then on the other hand you have this, which is classic, you know,
FPS,
yeah,
Doom-esque.
Doom,
kinda,
yeah, the Duke Nukem
Yeah.
status, but it's based on the same, you know, Space Marine style shit
And
that you're
this
used
is
to, but
the,
Right.
the shooter is bolt gun.
Bolt gun,
Bolt gun,
which
yes.
is super funny because you know I'm trying to look up Warhammer Bolt gun, and all it's showing me is fucking pictures of the gun.
The gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, well, all
So,
this is pretty new info, and so we'll see
Right.
some. We'll
Uh-huh.
see more on it.
But it sounds like Games Workshop is trying to diversify. They're trying to step out of their comfort zone.
See,
Mhm.
Switch
I'm good
does
with
have
that.
A shit ton of RPGs.
Boy, you looking backwards. I'm saying like coming up. Like what is
Coming
there
up.
that's worth a goddamn? Don't get me started.
Kirby came out.
I'll give you that.
Kirby.
Kirby came
I would
out.
I would love to play some Kirby.
Monster Hunter.
I have
Monsties.
Monster
Monster
Rise.
Hunter.
Yeah.
I have that on
Monsties.
PC.
Yeah.
He's got a
Vastly
prettier.
superior. Yeah, vastly
Monsties.
superior.
Nah.
Like you know.
Look at my pretty monsties.
My monsters are
These
shiny.
motherfuckers always hating on
Bravely
the Switch.
Default 2, Triangle Strategy. Triangle Strategy is going to be on PC. What else we got
That's
down
right.
there?
Mhm.
You know, just whatever. Man.
Haters.
So,
Hey man,
Haters,
I mean,
Robbie.
love your Switch.
Fucking
I
haters.
think that the Switch is great as like a supplemental system, right? Like if you have a main system like a PC or if you have like a PS5, you got something. Having a Switch on the side is nice.
well, you know, we have
know,
the
I
promise
would.
of that new Metroid Prime.
See.
Haters.
We have
See
the
what I'm saying?
promise of it.
No, I invested. I spent thousands of dollars on my Switch and all the shit that came
Yeah,
with
he's
it.
personally salty.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just.
I've earned
you
the
know,
right to have this opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just ambivalent.
Breath of the
over
Breath
here.
of the Wild 1 and 2 is worth the cost of the Switch alone. Where is Breath of the Wild 2, Robbie?
It's coming
Where
up.
is that?
It's coming up.
It's coming out when Starfield come out.
Starfield. Who give a fuck about Starfield?
It's all they got. They got to give a fuck about Starfield.
He said everything is on PC.
Money Keith did a skit about that. You know, he's talking about Xbox players waiting for Starfield, and then it got delayed. It's like, what else do we have? Like, what?
Nothing.
You
Fucking
know?
nothing.
Well, Sony's over here just like, oh yeah, we got this and this. God damn it, we got this. Oh my god, here's something else.
We got so much shit. We got to push it to next year.
Yeah,
we gotta,
for real, dude. Just like tripping over themselves with the content. It's like,
man.
okay.
Well,
I've been
speaking
trying
of
to stall.
content,
Fuck.
onto our
Umbrella.
main event, huh?
Let's get ready to bumble.
Man, the Batman.
Robbie, you're probably not. Robbie, you're probably not gonna like what we have to say about this.
The
Batman.
Uh,
So,
what do you think of this?
what had happened?
Oh, what had happened?
Oh God.
Sad Boy Fivehead
That was
decided to beat up a bunch of folks and try to intermittently disrupt cat playtimes. How about that? What you think about that one?
I like it. Pretty accurate.
That was right off the seat of my pants.
And right on the money.
Yeah, so Robert Pattinson, okay? I like Pattinson as the Bat in the suit beating people's ass.
I like. Yes.
I really
yes.
do. Like, I like the fight
As the
scenes in
Bat,
this.
yes.
I think that they work. I think that this movie has its own look to it, which a lot of times is drab, sure, but they're going for a little bit more realistic of a Batman than I think anybody's done. Because to me, this is more realistic looking than like the Nolan movies, right? Oh man, you got
Look, it
things, don't you?
changes.
I
dude,
like it.
man.
I like it that like
just wait.
the
They're gonna open up, right?
I like it that the bat suit, the car, his gadgets, they're all kind of whatever. Like it's something that he put together. You know
right,
what I mean?
that was.
I like
that's a
that.
pretty cool Batmobile.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll give him that.
Oh, that Batmobile's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And
The Bat bike, I don't understand why it's.
it's just,
Just
a bike.
Well,
It's just a bike.
That's just a bike. That ain't a bat bike. That's just a bike. That's
Well,
just
it does have the
somehow-
little,
that's a Bruce
like,
bike.
Yeah,
that ain't a bat bike.
it's-
That's a Bruce
yeah,
bike.
It's still the Bat bike. But
That ain't a bat bike.
God damn it.
That's just a bike.
How do we
that's-
do this? Are we just gonna go straight into spoiler cast?
Oh, that's why I'm trying to
mean,
get the stuff
okay,
I liked
yeah.
out of the
Get it
way.
Come
All right,
on.
I'm trying to get the stuff I liked out of the way. Okay, I have to give a big shout out to two great performances in this film.
Uh-huh.
One of them is John Turturro as Falcone.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking
Yes,
loved his
yes,
Falcone.
I'll give you that.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
absolutely. And then Colin
Colin
Farrell
Farrell
as the
Farrell
Penguin.
as the Penguin.
Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, those two performances
Right.
are the best in the film.
And,
Right
and it
there.
would be one
Yeah.
thing if it was just the makeup.
Right.
Because
No, it's
seriously,
not
you
just the
look-
makeup, dude.
You look at Colin Farrell in this movie and you're like,
You
that's
can't
not
tell.
That's not him.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
sound
that's
like
not him.
him. It's not his mannerisms.
Right.
He has
Yeah.
completely transformed into a Dick Tracy villain.
Yes.
Like he is
Literally.
Yeah.
He is a Dick Tracy villain
Really,
in this.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's perfect.
He's
That
more of
shit's
that
great, yeah.
mobster penguin instead of
Yeah.
the penguin.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
And so that's
He's
really
not.
cool.
He's not Tim Burton's penguin.
Right.
He
Right.
is like a for real penguin. He kind of reminds me of more like the way they do the penguin in the Gotham games.
Right.
In the
Yes.
or the Arkham games.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this
Just a
whole
monster.
movie feels a lot like they
Like
took
the
a
Arkham
lot
games.
of their
Yeah,
influence
the-
from the
the-
Arkham games.
The beginning
specifically.
fight scene with the juggalos,
Uh-huh.
like that, you know, like that feels like an Arkham scene.
Yeah.
It's straight up.
It was always so odd the way that they handled their audio balancing because the voices
Oh,
are so
exactly.
incredibly low.
Yeah.
Everyone looks like this. I don't understand.
Fucking Gordon always comes in like Jesus.
And it's only when he's next to the bat, though. Whenever he's next to the bat, it's just like, oh, what are we gonna do, Batman? You know, and then so you have to turn your volume all the way up,
Right.
and then action sequences,
and then
like,
Dude,
boom!
wow.
Every hit is
Yeah,
impacting.
dude.
Yeah.
So-
I
Jesus.
hate that shit in just about every movie that it's in.
I
do
when
too.
when
Yeah.
when all of the dialogue, all of the story,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
is so low where you have to turn the volume up, and then
they blow out your speakers.
and then they blow out your speakers as soon as an action scene comes on. There's so many fucking movies that do that, and I don't
They
know if
definitely
it's
do that
where
here.
they adjust the audio specifically for the theatrical version, and then they don't fix it when it goes to like streaming or
that's
video,
usually-
maybe
yeah.
that's the case because it always happens to me at home. I never have that problem in the theater.
Yeah.
But fix your
Well,
shit.
I mean, because it's already loud and balanced in the theater, man. So even if
Right.
they are speaking in hushed tones, you're in a very quiet room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
And they have it
it
cranked.
works. And
But
it-
it's
it's
still
Which
cranked.
the thing is, I would say with the Batman, if you're listening to it on a home theater system and you have it turned up, you're going to get the same kind of effect. But
Yeah.
the problem is that's for a very specific time of day, so you can't
Yeah.
really, and
when
just
you're
on
watching at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
because the movie's 3 fucking hours long.
Jeez.
and
you
just
know.
on
So
TV
fucking
speakers, it's hard to balance that completely.
Right.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
my
You're-
neighbors were probably mad.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What is
But
it?
I will say that it doesn't suffer from the same problems that the Nolan films do, where he
They're
likes
actually
to.
good.
Oh. Damn. Yes, 3 hours, Lime. Yes, that's
3
3
right.
hours.
fucking
It is
hours.
3
yeah,
whole
we were on
hours.
we were doing a hunt train last night.
Uh-huh.
That I was, and thank you for conducting that. It was dope. But yeah, and I was trying to watch the Batman on my laptop while I'm playing Final Fantasy because I'm like, God damn it! It took me. It's taken me 2 months to watch this movie.
I feel
It's
like
taken me
we're
2
still
months.
watching.
You know,
it.
right? It never ends. But the problem is that the movie is so dark
Yeah.
that I wasn't able to look at Final Fantasy, which is bright and colorful and vibrant and beautiful, and then look at this dark ass screen. My eyes have to actually adjust, and it's like, wow, you really can't watch this
Well, I can't
and do anything at the same time.
My question is why did it have to be for 3 hours?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
didn't,
There's
'cause
so much
they
that could have gotten
drag
cut out.
everything
It's
out.
slow
Those scenes
because-
are
all of
so
these shots
slow.
are just
They're so fucking slow.
Yeah.
The dialogue is
I like-
absolutely ass.
Oh,
but
oh my God,
But
the
that's what
dialogue.
it is. They want to make it seem like it's about building tension. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you're
And
not
it's like,
building tension.
not
You're
building-
making me sleepy.
Yes,
yeah.
dude.
This
it
is a
takes
whole
so
different vibe.
fucking long
Yeah.
to do anything.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
they really could. That movie could have been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Easily. But it's one of those things. It's this obviously had a bit of a troubled production. They were filming during COVID, like the height.
I don't give a fuck.
No, but it seems like what they did, instead of trying to trim the fat, they were just like, well, it's been so long since we announced it, we have to give the people a
Dude,
longer movie.
This is what you.
It's
that's
like-
what you call
so
the
they just
director's
threw
cut.
everything
That's the
into
director's
it.
cut.
This is
Exactly.
yeah.
Right. What
But
you do is you
director's
make
cuts
a.
don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Snyder.
don't exist
But okay, that's fair. That's fine. But what you do is you have some deleted scenes, and you give people, hey, there's an hour of bonus content, right? And then you can go back if you want to purchase that thing, watch that thing.
Right.
You release
Right.
this thing in a digestible. Fine, 2 hours. I'll take it.
Two would have been fine.
Is
Yeah.
fine,
Mhm.
right?
Two fine. They
could have
If you
done
want
everything
more
they
of
needed
that
to in
thing,
two.
if you want
Yeah.
more of that thing, give people that option.
But
you don't. Three
You had so
hours.
much superfluous shit. That's
Yeah,
the
dude.
thing.
Right.
Is there's so much in this that does there's two different stories happening in this movie at the same time.
Just
and
two?
Right. I think there's a.
I think there's like 3.
Well,
yeah.
there's three. There's 3 different
Yeah.
stories happening, but none of them really
No,
intersect.
But that's
in
director's
any-
cut.
because there's a
Yeah.
Batman. There's a Batman story, right?
There's a Batman.
There's a
story.
Catwoman story,
Uh-huh.
right? And then there's this whole separate story with the Riddler film,
And with
right?
Alfred.
And with Alfred,
yeah.
like and none of them exactly line
Andy
up. in a-
Serkis is Alfred though.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Andy
yeah,
Serkis
and
is
he
Alfred.
is killing it.
He
He
is
is killing it.
absolutely
Very
killing
good.
it.
Very good.
You're right.
Even though he gets treated like shit too,
I
and
know.
that makes me super fucking mad. That dude goes into a goddamn
Yeah, but Return
coma,
of the King
taking
is
a
good.
fucking explosion that was intended for Batman, and then Batman shows up
And
after
he wakes
talking
up-
to
wakes up
Falcone,
all sad
and the
boy.
first thing he does once Alfred wakes up, they didn't think he was going
You
to survive.
lied to me,
wakes up and looks at him, he's like,
Alfred.
"You lied to me."
Well, that's
Like, what
and
fuck?
that's
Get
the
the
thing. It's
fuck
just
outta
like
here,
I've been
bro.
listening
I
to
don't
Hawthorne
mind-
Heights, and I'm fucking sad.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you know,
don't-
seriously, I really like Lifehouse. God damn it, man! This was not the Bat.
Kurt
dude.
Cobain
And
is
you
my
call
hero.
Oh well,
I
and
think
then we
she's-
also
man,
had
I think him in the Bat
something in the
costume's
way.
fine.
Something in the way.
Which
you know,
is awesome.
the Nirvana song they played.
I
at the
see. I
beginning
like
and
that.
the
I
end.
like that at the beginning.
Right, but
It's-
they played it again.
And at the end,
I
I'm like,
was
come on,
are
you couldn't get another
serious
song
right now.
You couldn't get
Yeah.
another one.
That
well,
bothers me
Pattinson
because I love
said he
that.
bases Bruce Wayne off of Kurt Cobain.
Look, man, this
Which
Bruce
doesn't make
Wayne
any
is
goddamn
the
sense.
dumbest bastard. This is
I
the
am
dumbest
not-
bat that
Look,
I've
dude.
ever.
And
you know,
and
here's
fucking
what I
Gordon's
think.
also dumb.
Gordon is an idiot. Here's what I think. I think that this movie is for casuals. If you don't have a preconceived notion of what Batman is supposed to be,
Robbie gonna get
then you're
triggered
probably.
over
I
here.
know, man. Get triggered, boy. Get triggered. You know what I'm saying? Let's get active. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that if you're not like a super focused, and I know you're a Batman fan, brother. But if you're not a super focused Batman fan, you might really have a good time watching this film. You know what I'm saying? You might.
Yeah.
You know, but if you
man,
like,
it had
and
a
it
lot of
depends on
positive-
what you want from your Batman as well.
Yeah.
This is the Chopsaki.
If
Batman.
if it was shorter and they spoke less, then I think I would have liked the
that
movie
script
a lot
is
more.
ass.
Sure.
Yeah.
The script
Yeah.
is absolute trash.
It's way too bloated.
Absolute trash.
Well, that
when they're over
and
here,
there's so
like,
much of the script
this
where it's
bat-
like, this is an object.
This-
Is that
right?
an object?
Is that an object?
What
Oh,
is?
You know, when they listen to that recording, it's like, oh, he's choking her. You know, it's like, what the fuck would you
Dude,
tell?
that
We're not
scene,
idiots.
that scene where she's playing some shit on her phone,
That's
and
what-
all
that's
of them
what
are
I'm talking
standing
about.
around going.
and they're
I-
listening.
I was
and
imagining,
the dude's like right
like,
there on his knees.
Come
like,
with me here on this journey. Imagine
Jesus.
filming that scene. Because they didn't play that audio.
No.
They just totally had them all stand around, go act like you're listening to something,
Yeah.
and they were like,
Selena Kyle, act like you're mad. And she's like, okay, well, see, I'm gonna shoot him. It's stupid. And that whole thing with like we talked about several times. And he's like, talking about a rat with wings, and he's like, meant like a stool pigeon. You know, like a stool pigeon. What the fuck are you
and
talking
then
about?
when they got
rat.
him, is the penguin the rat?
Is the
up like
penguin
a
the rat?
bat.
Is he a rat with wings, but he doesn't fly? And then at the end,
right,
he's like,
but-
a falcon has wings too.
I-
And he's the rat. And I'm like, dude, okay, so
I
like I
think
said,
it's
it
fuck.
all comes down to the type of Batman that you want. I like the cerebral Batman, right? I want him to go out and whoop some ass in the street. Trust me on that.
And the
But
whoop ass was
also,
good. You
the
gotta
whoop ass
gotta
is good.
say that,
The
man.
whoop ass is good.
That
You know what I'm
club
saying?
fight scene was dope. That like
okay,
all the
that,
fight scenes
that,
were dope.
That
Yeah.
hallway scene where he's
Not
fighting the
saying
guys
that
and they're
there
just
aren't good
shooting off
things.
their-
Fucking
in
great,
this movie.
dude.
Even
When
though
in
they
the
had
dark,
infinite ammo.
you're talking about in the dark when
Yeah.
it keeps popping off on him and it's
Yeah.
lighting everything up. That scene's
that's a
great,
hot
dude.
scene. It's a hot
so good.
scene, right? But all of it's tied together with like like a paper thin story.
Yeah.
The worst detectives.
the worst
The
detectives
The glue
ever.
is rotten.
Ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Ever.
saying? Like, this dude is such an idiot. It's like he actually goes to a mob boss, talks to him, and believes everything he says to the degree that he goes to Alfred, who's in a coma, ready to cuss him out. Like, oh, you lied to me.
I still feel
And
feel
he's
the
like,
same
what are you
way,
talking
man.
about? You just went to a mobster, and the mobster told you a lie, and then he immediately believes Alfred. I'm like, he doesn't think for himself, dude. This is like the dumbest bat I've ever. I'm sorry,
How
y'all.
can a Batman with that big of a forehead have this little of a
have
brain?
that little of a brain? I don't understand. My boy 5-headed, and not a single thought going through it.
Like, yeah, and I think that's a lot of the problem. Hold on.
Look, how about this? Why the direct fuck is there a bat signal, but nobody seems to know who Batman is? Have you noticed that?
yeah,
He goes to the
yeah.
club, and they're just
Is
like,
he
oh, is it
established or not?
Halloween?
Look.
Is it Halloween? What's his suit? I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? That is the goddamn Batman.
Yeah.
There's a signal in the air. He even
Right.
said earlier that like the signal is just a sign to make people afraid to commit crimes. They over there spray painting
But
shit.
why?
But the
Why
Batman
would
might
they
show
be
up and whoop your
afraid?
ass in the
Unless they
street.
know about
Unless
Batman.
they know about Batman.
At the end of the movie, look, spoiler cast. Watch the movie. Nothing happens. There's no spoilers. Just,
It has some good parts.
That's
it-
good
well,
part.
I think that one thing at the very, very, very end. Anyway, at the end of it, there's a news report, right, playing, and they're like, some strange man in a costume showed up and saved a lot of people, and it's like, y'all don't know who the fuck Batman is? You know, there is a bat signal. That means that people know who Batman is.
And
you
and
know?
I agree with
It's
you,
so
Robbie.
inconsistent.
There are elements of year one in this, but it feels like they keep wanting to jump from year one to established bat to year one to established
Yeah,
bat.
right.
they keep
They
going
need
back and forth.
consistency.
It's
They
very
need consistency.
inconsistent.
Because I mean, like, you're telling me that Batman's showing up to a club, nobody fucking knows who he is.
Nobody
But
knows.
Bruce Wayne, the shut-in that doesn't do shit, as soon as he walked up to the club, they're like, "You're Bruce
Oh,
Wayne."
you're Bruce
with
Wayne.
the Matt Damon twins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like those guys. I do like those guys.
they-
Oh,
they were-
ass
uh-huh.
whooping after ass
Yeah,
whooping
totally.
after ass
Yeah.
whooping.
good.
See,
Yeah.
and the little things like that I liked about this movie. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They're great in
It's-
retrospect.
Well,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. And well, I mean,
a
I
bad
enjoyed.
movie is not the absence of good. It's that
Yeah.
the good that is there can't like overshadow the amount of just
Or at least
just
balance it
jumbled
out.
mess. Yeah.
Right.
I think
Because
if
that's
this,
what this movie feels like.
but
It
I
feels
think
like
if
a
this had
jumbled
if it
mess.
had better dialogue, then we'd overlook some of that jumbled mess.
Right.
Like, for
yeah.
instance,
Well, because those long scenes where they're talking,
Yeah.
they need to be interesting.
Well,
or
let's just
if
put
we
this
could
into-
at least hear the dialogue
Oh, yeah,
instead
yeah,
of just
for real,
hearing a
yeah.
bunch of grown men go.
fucking damn. Why is everybody
well, so
talking?
just to relate this
Bat
to
with
something
wings.
that we recently talked about, right? And another Paul
I'm
Dano
getting
film.
hot, boy.
Yeah, don't get
I'm
hot.
sorry,
Don't get hot. Don't get hot. It's too hot in the
Too
hot
many
tub.
people keep telling me how great
Yeah.
this movie
Well,
is.
well,
Anyway, I'm sorry,
so
go
we
ahead.
were just talking about Prisoners, another Paul Dano movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prisoners kind of has a dumb plot. There's like beat to beat some of the stuff that happens. You're like,
but
well, this kind of dumb.
the execution.
The execution is so good though that you can go. Okay, this is a little silly, but it made me feel something. It made me, like emotionally beat for beat. You're like, fuck, and you're in this.
Right.
I never felt emotionally attached to anything going on in the Batman,
No,
except for Alfred getting blown up.
Alfred getting blown up. That part sucked. And then, I mean, okay, so you send Selena Kyle into the club, and she goes down and starts talking to some politicians, and they start spilling all the beans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that whole thing is stupid.
That is
Coulson, the DA,
yes.
pissed me off. You telling me that she just walks up and goes, "Hey, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, okay,
I've
here's
never seen you, but
everything
here's
that's going on."
And then she's like, it's like, okay, well,
the
tell me
Russian
more
girl.
about that.
And
You know,
he
just
totally
like,
looks at her for a second like, I shouldn't do this, and then goes, fuck it.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Who would ever do that?
Yeah.
He'd be like, nah, girl, I'm here to look at some titties.
Shit.
You know?
I'm telling you, like,
That's what it was.
That shit
Yeah,
makes
that's
no
what it was.
sense, like.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so bad.
Like,
And
man.
then, like, towards the end of the movie, when Selena Kyle's up there on the bike, and she's like, "Oh, come with me, Batman. The bat and the cat has a nice ring to it." All this kind of shit. All their whole love was just like so forced to me.
It was.
And she's up there, she's
Yeah,
playing
but
with a cat,
I kinda like-
and then
I
she takes
kinda-
the cat and puts it on the back of the motorcycle. She puts it in a cat
That's not
carrier
gonna
on the back of the
stay.
motorcycle. And I'm like, bro, that poor
You're
kitty.
gonna traumatize your
Dude,
pussy over
yeah,
there.
dude, they can't
Don't
even.
do that.
You can't put a cat in a car.
You can't put a cat
You
in
know
a
what I'm saying?
goddamn
Let
car.
alone on the back of a motorcycle. You have lost your
the whole
mind.
time there is just going.
You know what I'm saying? And then Batman somehow sneaks up on her with a motorcycle. They are up on top of a building. He snuck up on her. She was like, "Don't you ever say." He like carries it up the stairs. You know, to his quiet spot. Like, what is this, man? What is this?
Yeah. Those things don't make sense about the film, right? Because point to point, there's a lot of stuff that are really cool. So what do you guys think about? Hold on a second. Oh yeah, she does. She throws that shit in the sink.
Wait,
what the fuck
we
is
talking
this?
about?
Yeah,
You know, the stupid expensive contract. Oh, the contact.
The contact.
Yeah,
That was
It-
cool.
it
I
was
like
funny.
that. I
It was
like
funny
that
how he was like,
idea.
"No, don't." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's-
"Yeah." He was thinking about his wallet.
You're right.
He was like, "God damn it,
I just developed.
You know, but that's the whole
my
thing,
only
right?
proof of
this
concept.
This Batman is this engineer, and apparently he spends time creating all this
Which
shit.
I'm cool with that.
Look,
And I
look,
also
he's
like it
supposed
that
to
his
be.
shit doesn't work
Robert-
out as well. Like, dude, the squirrel suit scene
Yeah.
where he fucking runs into the bridge,
That's
Right,
the
Because
yeah.
his shit gets caught. Like, that's
The
that's what I'm
Batman
talking
stuff.
about. Yeah.
The Batman stuff is really good.
It's
the
pretty good,
problem,
man.
The biggest problem that I personally have with this
He's
is
the worst Bruce
is
Wayne.
he's the worst
the
Bruce
worst.
Wayne. And look, dude,
He's
I am
the
so
worst
sick
Bruce
of my
Wayne.
Bruce Wayne not having his shit together.
Oh,
Right.
man.
I'm
Because
sick of
that-
it.
that's
So
the thing
who
about
is your
Bruce
favorite
Wayne.
Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
Who's
You
your
know what I'm
favorite
saying?
Bruce Wayne then, man?
Shit, man.
Because Clooney is
I
actually
mean, I was
right?
about to say Clooney is like, how much shit am I gonna get for this?
Right,
But
though.
Clooney
He's
is
really
legit
good.
my favorite Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, he's
look, bad movie. I have actually
know.
begrudging respect for the Joel Schumacher movies now,
Man.
because at least they're fun.
Right.
You know, but like Clooney as Bruce Wayne, dude, that motherfucker.
Clooney
is
did the Bruce
suave
Wayne thing,
as
didn't
fuck.
he?
Dude,
Well, but
Didn't
that's
he,
what
man?
Bruce Wayne is supposed to
That's
be.
what
He's supposed
he's
to be a
supposed to
billionaire
be.
playboy, man. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, he's supposed to be Iron Man.
See, and
You
I
know
feel
what
like
I'm
there
saying?
were glimpses of that with the Nolan
Christian
films.
Bale.
Right.
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Christian
There are
He did-
glimpses of
There are
it, but
little
he didn't.
glimpses of it. Like especially in Batman Begins. Wait, was it Begins or is
It
it
was
the second one?
It was both. It was both because
Yeah, 'cause-
there's one scene where he goes in, he takes those
Russian ballerinas
the
on
Russian
the boat.
ballerinas
Yeah,
on
like
the
that.
boat.
That's Bruce
That's the
Wayne
second
shit.
one,
That's
but
good
in
Bruce
the
Wayne
first
shit.
one he has like supermodels.
He
goes
does.
into that fucking restaurant
Yep.
and like she's just
Kinda
like
acts an ass.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like they get into like the fish tank
The-
or
the
whatever.
fountain. Yeah,
The fountain
totally.
is like Bruce Wayne, can you tell your friends to get out of the fountain? He's just like, how much is this place?
Right.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. See,
You know,
that's good
that's-
Bruce Wayne
that's
in
some
right
good
there.
Bruce
Good
Wayne,
Bruce
yeah.
Wayne right there.
Right.
You know, Robert Pattinson, broody
God
ass Bruce
damn
Wayne.
it,
No,
man.
thank you.
And
That's
then,
not.
I mean,
that's,
Hey,
that
even-
ain't my
it's
Bruce.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce
That's good.
Wayne
That's
over here.
good. But even the Riddler himself, man, I was just like,
I'm not sold
I'm
with him.
not at all.
He's
And
he's
then-
trying to channel channel Kevin Spacey from Seven.
Right.
He's trying to be the Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
And in moments it works.
And-
Like
yeah.
when he kills the first the lawyer guy.
yeah.
Dude, that seems fucking
And how
great,
come
right?
how come when Batman found that tool, he didn't
Yeah.
know what the fuck it was? You know what I'm saying? I don't work on carpets, and I knew that.
Yeah, I don't do manual labor.
Yeah, for real. Like, oh, he killed him with this. Give it to the cops. You know, like what the fuck is this, man?
I did like how that one cop was like kind of a prick to him earlier, and then when he found him in the apartment,
he was only there to identify what that tool was.
Right,
that was his only function.
That was his right.
He was like, oh, you know, well, my
they just used him again just for that, right?
Yeah, that was the only function that he had. But no, I just think that this movie was had incredible pacing issues.
Yeah.
It was very poorly written.
Yeah.
It was too dark for its own good.
Yeah.
Commissioner Gordon is the biggest disappointment of all time. Like I like
he had one good scene,
and
that's the hit me. That's the hit me. Run out of here, man.
And
you're like, okay,
that was cool.
Good. Yeah.
That's the only way.
I thought you were supposed to pull your punches. And he's like,
I did.
I
did. You know. But yeah, I will, and I told you this last night. I will never watch this movie again.
Yeah.
No, shit, dude. I didn't even rewatch it for this.
Yeah.
Like,
he was saying he was going to rewatch it last night. I'm just like,
I gotta say,
why?
rewatching it again. You know, I was paying attention as much as I could to some of the dialogue portions, but I knew what was going on, and I really just didn't want to suffer through some of that bad dialogue. But like, there's a lot. Like I said, the fight scenes, I enjoyed
really
watching them a
good.
second time.
That chase
fucking
scene?
car chase scene, even if it doesn't make any sense, it's a lot like the
scene is look visually, right.
dude, and
it's
film
cool.
and the way it was filmed, dude, the way that they have the shake of the engines and everything, and the way that like
where the
really
camera's
when
right
it
there
flips,
on the wheel,
dude,
when Penguin's car flips, that shit is cinematic mastery.
The only
right
part
there,
about
dude.
that makes me mad is that ramp.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
That's what
that
gets
shit
to me.
lined
It
right
just
up.
lined right up out of nowhere. I'm like, where did that even come from? You know,
Yeah, totally.
it's just so fucking random.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. It's like, you know, they go from trying
It's
to
that
be
rule of cool.
more grounded
it
and
is.
realistic to all of a sudden being just like completely fantastic.
Now it's a comic book movie.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. Like, what are comic books all about,
Yeah.
right? Giving you like short format entertainment, giving you something that's like, you know, just fun. You know, this is not short format, nor is it fun.
Right. But again, like year one was still written better. Like the dialogue for year one wasn't a mess. The dialogue for this movie was a mess.
People didn't know who Batman was. In year one. Whereas in this movie,
it's
go
hit
back,
or miss.
They go back
and forth. It's
in
not
between
and it's
scenes.
the people in the underworld who don't know who he is.
Then
you know
that doesn't
what I'm
make
saying?
any sense.
That
They're the
makes
ones
zero
that
sense.
absolutely should know who the fuck Batman is. So it's not about that the elements that they took from year one are bad. Those are pretty good.
Those
they're
are probably
good
the best parts of this
movie.
movie.
Like I said, like the whole bridge
it's
thing.
Everything else.
Him not being proficient in his equipment.
And here's something that I'll say about this. Yes, I recognize the intent that this is supposed to be year one.
Yeah.
But intent ends where execution begins, and this movie was not executed well.
It was
Right.
not.
Period.
Right.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
It has very specific scenes that are fucking great, surrounded by a whole bunch of mess. Yeah, because like we haven't even touched on the overarching plot with the Riddler.
Yeah.
Because to me, I thought that fucking Jim Carrey's riddles were better.
Right.
Yeah.
His riddles were trash. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting here like, okay, well, you know, because I love riddles in the first place. So any riddle that he had, I would just answer it.
I liked
right?
the liar one.
You know, the liar one was the
good.
smartest one that he had.
And that's
But
the
then
weird thing about
even-
this movie, right? Is the first 45 minutes or so, you're like, okay, here's a tone. Okay, they got a thing. And then they just kind of...
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, the rest of these are going to be really, really bad. And then even at the end, when he encounters the Joker in Arkham, you know, the Joker
I
was
don't
like,
like the way
what
that
do you
Joker
like
fucking
what
looks.
oh no, he looks
That is-
awful.
Dude,
He's
that
just
is
like,
that is a
what do you
plague-ridden
care
Joker
about
right there.
more when you
he's
have
like,
less of? Or
yeah,
something
it's like, what do you have? The fewer you have, the more that you care about. Whatever. He's like, a friend. You know, I'm just like, oh my fucking god! Like they took this brilliant mind, who, he's crazy, but he's also brilliant, and just made him into like. Words that we can't say on Twitch. And so it's just it's so bad, man. And then the whole thing where he was like, Batman, you know, he kept saying Bruce Wayne over and over and over again, and Batman's just like, oh goddamn it, he knows, like this is some bullshit.
And then he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. You know,
He's like,
and
we
he's
almost got him,
we
didn't we,
gotta
Bats?
get Bruce Wayne, Batman. And Batman's like, what the fuck are you even talking about, bro? Why me?
Like even his face in that moment was like, wait, you didn't figure it out?
Right, you know? And then he tells Batman, he's like, wait, you didn't figure it out? I thought we'd watch it together. And then Batman goes back to his apartment, then finds out about the trucks, and everything goes down immediately. And it's just like
I felt like some of those riddles were set up in a way that like they tried to make them like some Saw shit, or like I said, like some Seven shit, or
Yeah.
something like that. But instead of it being them actually, like, okay, so, Seven, right? Seven has a really cool dynamic between the two agents. So you have Brad Pitt, who's an absolute rookie. He's had a little bit of police detective work earlier, but he really isn't hardcore in any of this stuff. This is his first bad city to live in. This is the first time he's really dealing with this kind of stuff. And then you have Somerset, who is, you know,
He's just way too old for this shit.
Right. And you can tell he's done with it, right?
Yeah,
But at the
he's
same
jaded
time,
as fuck.
he's super observant. He knows how to do the detective work the right way. He knows how to.
He's really good.
He's
and
extremely good.
He's worn down because he's seen so much
and,
shit.
And in this,
because
the problem
he's so
is
good.
that when it comes to the stuff between Bats and Gordon in this, both of them are Brad Pitt.
Right. Yeah.
There's no Somerset. There's no older guy. There's no
contrast between the two.
Both of them are just kind of going
because
like,
whenever Gordon's on scene with Batman, he tries to become Batman.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously, man. I'm like, dude, why are you not Commissioner Gordon? Like, why are you trying to be Bats 2.0? That really blows my mind. Because with Gordon, there was always still just a little bit of distrust. You know what I'm saying? It's still a little bit of, I don't like your methods. You know? But this was like,
I don't like your methods, but you get results.
We can't even start the investigation until
Well, that's why Gary
here.
Oldman's Gordon was so great, because the whole time, like, even in the later movies, he still doesn't really completely trust Batman.
Right. Exactly.
He's like, you're still going to fucking do something that I don't know about and don't approve of, but...
Right.
You're better than the crooked cops over here.
Exactly.
You're better than
this whole situation was just like, oh, these cops are just in the way.
It's
I'm
like
for the Batman. Oh, here he is. He's so cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, you know I'm friends with Batman, right? Like, you totally, you know.
He totally punched me in the face. You know,
I'm the one who turns on the bat signal.
I got a special bat key that I open up the thing.
How the fuck did Selena Kyle get to that bat signal to turn that motherfucker on, and then they both show up? They're like, oh, did you hit the signal?
I thought you did.
No, I thought it was you. And he pulls out his pistol like, oh.
See, they're both Brad Pitt, man.
Yeah,
They're both
right?
Brad Pitt.
Like, so all the real. Oh no! Oh, that's just reload
player. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we thought we had technical difficulties. But back to the roasting.
If you don't mind, give us a little shout. Tell us if you can still see us, because I'm not being able to reload this player, but I bet we're perfectly fine.
I bet we're still.
Yeah,
I'm not getting an error anywhere else, and it looks like our bit rate's fine. So I don't know.
Well, we still keep seeing some flicker.
Yeah, just let us know if this is still working, if you don't mind, somebody.
It says reconnecting.
Well, yeah, it does say reconnecting. Shit.
So we may have lost it. We may have gotten too hyped.
For real. That was Warner Brothers, bro.
That was Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
They're
WB
like,
said, shut this shit down.
Bitching about our movie.
Shut
Everyone else loved it.
Oh no, lost internet.
That's
well,
what it is.
we're gonna go ahead.
Still recording.
We are still recording, so
okay,
let's go ahead and wrap this episode up then.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, there's not really much else to say.
I like the ending. I like the ending when he like goes through the water and helps those people, and they're kind of scared of him.
Well, it is kind of
first.
cool the
It's
way
like,
he rappelled down and then cut the power cable.
Yeah.
And then I was
dug
waiting
that
for
too.
it like when it actually sparked. You know, because I'm just like, he's about to use metal on that motherfucker for real. And if it doesn't do shit, I'm gonna be so mad. He has sparks above him and below him. I'm like, if it doesn't shock Batman, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah.
And then it did. And I'm like, cool. It fell into the water.
Totally.
And then goes over, starts saving people.
Yeah.
Well,
I like
and
that.
the
I liked
thing
the
is, like,
mayor lady. She was cool.
And her dumbass. And I can't believe that they just let her run out there like
No
that.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Gordon was just like, oh, ma'am, you really shouldn't go. It's kind of dangerous. And it's like, she's like, well, I've got to talk to the people.
Yeah, there should have
And goes out
been
there and
dudes
gets shot.
in glasses and suits being like, ma'am, you're going to
stay the fuck back. That's what you're about to do
here.
right here, right now. And then, so she takes a bullet, right?
Yeah.
And then she ends up in, like, chest deep water. The water was kind of inconsistent as far as how deep it actually was, you know. But she's in there and she's walking around like she's just fine, you know. And I'm like, okay, so Gotham City is dirty as fuck, okay? All this water is sweeping through Gotham, the streets of Gotham. You were waiting in that. That is filth.
Yeah.
And you
it's
have
the same thing as like what happened with like Katrina or something.
Right,
you know, it's all disgusting water.
It's disgusting water, and you've got an open wound, and you're just swimming in it. Bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have an infection. No, we're back live.
We're back live? Okay. Cool. Sorry, guys. We
yeah.
had some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
We lost our internet, but
Sorry.
if you want to hear what happened in between,
We're gonna post this full.
we're
video.
gonna post the full video later on YouTube and all the other places.
Yeah, I'll just bitch, man, and so like we can cut this episode if we need to,
Yeah.
man, because
I'm happy that so many people like it, but
Yeah.
I was just I'm sick of this Batman. I'm sick of this kind of
dude,
Batman.
and I'm scared with them
And I'm-
calling this the Batman, which that title makes me angry. And
Well-
I know why they did it to
I mean,
differentiate it, but
yeah.
still, it makes me mad. But I'm fearing that we're gonna definitely see a sequel with that whole
Oh yeah,
setup
we
with
will.
Joker
It was
and the
successful
Riddler.
enough.
Right,
Yeah,
so
it was successful enough.
there's gonna be another one,
definitely
you
gonna be
know?
another one.
Hey,
and maybe
what's up,
it's
Lime?
gonna be better.
Lime, I love
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for sticking
Thanks
it
for
out.
sticking
We all love
around.
you, Lime.
Yeah, you're the best, man. You're so cool.
You the best.
She is, man. She's cool, so cool. I love you, Meg.
But yeah, no. So overall, just not.
I mean, like, there's a
I'll
certain
give it
person
a
out there.
2.3
Damn, out of 10.
Damn.
out of 10.
Damn, that is
I'm
rough.
telling you, it took me 2 months to watch this.
God, that is rough. I'd at least
Look,
give it a
there-
solid 6.
No, I wouldn't even go that high.
Man, it's a
honestly.
5 or a 6.
No,
Nah.
I'm looking at
Yeah.
maybe
Some of
a
the scenes,
4.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Certain-
yeah, I can
certain-
compartmentalize this film
certain
and
fuck this
aspects
film.
of
Man.
it, but as a whole, it's just a mess.
It-
And it's
as a
way
whole,
too
it's a
fucking
mess.
long.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I'm just sick of this kind of
Yeah.
Batman. I want like
Mm-hmm.
I'm more sick of this kind of Bruce Wayne. I am so sick of a brooding Bruce Wayne. Give me a put together Bruce Wayne.
Right.
You know?
You know?
That's the whole that's one of the most fun parts of Batman, that dichotomy between him as Batman and him as Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how he juggles those aspects
then
of his
they
life.
did-
and
they-
if you cut that out, they're just the same person, only sometimes he dresses up like a furry and punches people.
Right, because that's
You
what
know,
the Riddler
like,
was saying. The Riddler was like, well, you know, I see you in your costume, and this is the real you, right? Like, you know, it's like when
What
I
are you
put my
talking about?
mask on, it makes me the real me. I was kind of shit. It's like, dude, thing
You're
one,
the same
why are
person.
you even fucking with the Batman to begin with? If you knew
Right.
that he was Bruce Wayne, fine, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Right? But if
yeah.
you don't have that bit of information, why are you even
What is
fucking
this
with
about?
dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's like, yo, I need you to help me out. You're my accomplice. He's like, no, I'm not. He's like, well, you did really bring Falcone outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that did happen. He's like, I could have never gotten in there. And at first, I thought that the Riddler was playing him. You know, I'm just
yeah.
like, okay,
Which would
so
have been the
hopefully,
Yeah,
smart thing.
I think that would have been
good.
better.
Right,
Yeah.
because the Riddler's a genius. Like, that's the
Right.
whole point of
But
the Riddler.
that's not the Riddler.
Right,
This-
exactly.
yeah.
I don't even think that
That's
his
Riddles.
name's not even.
That's
it's
Riddles, little Riddles.
I don't even think his name is Edward Nigma.
He's
It's
not
something
Enigma.
else. It's
Uh-uh.
not Enigma.
You know, little Riddle, little Riddles.
Little Riddles. Little Riddles over here.
Little fucking Riddles over here, man.
Little riddles.
Little Riddles.
Oh man, that's too good.
I think that's a good note to end on.
God, yeah. I mean,
All right,
we can
guys.
bitch about this movie for
Yeah,
a
we
long
could.
time. I'm not tripping. I could
Thank you guys so much for joining us on.
thank me for watching that damn movie so we could do this episode.
Thank you, Trey.
I love you. You're welcome.
Thank little riddle.
Thanks,
Thank you, Little Riddle.
Thank you, little Riddle.
Thank you guys so much
Little
for
Riddle.
being here, hanging out, being in the chat. Sorry we dropped
Yeah.
earlier. I may not be able to.
It was just
do
more.
this.
It was
Yeah.
just more bitching about the.
Yeah, I may not be able to
shitty fucking movie.
re-upload this on Twitch. I don't
don't
know.
think
We'll
so.
figure it out. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but if you want to see the full episode, then check us out on, or listen to the full episode. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, iTunes, and everywhere else you like to listen to your podcast. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being in the chat. Thank you so much for our follows. Guys, we got subscribes now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, share,
So
and
like, share,
subscribe.
sub, and
share, sub.
check us out tonight for some Grand Blue Fantasy Versus,
boy.
baby.
With the
yeah,
Let's
later
go.
tonight
Yeah.
with the Drunken Monks.
Yeah, boy.
Come hang out, and if you have Grand Blue,
Hey, man, if you're a subscriber,
if you're a
throw
subscriber,
down.
come
Talk
fight.
at
You can
yeah,
throw hands.
Uh huh.
Exactly.
So that means Zalen or Mouth or Wolf. That's what that means.
Hey,
Hey, man, you got to
but
start
yeah,
somewhere.
guys, and come back next week, and we should be talking about either Northman or Sonic 2.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Who knows what direction we're going?
knows?
These boys are zany. They're crazy.
Thank you one more time, guys,
Yeah, I
and
love you.
goodbye.